The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Tiger Woods is back on a golf course competing professionally and hitting super boosts for us. Thursday, April 7, 2022. This sports show begins now. Can't thank you enough for joining us. It has been fantastic to watch Tiger Woods kind of find his new golf swing after almost dying in a car accident over 500 days ago. Back at the Masters. The Masters teed off today. There's some inclement weather, so there's a little bit of a delay, but it is absolutely glorious to see all these rich yuppies roaming around this golf course in Georgia watching the Masters. It's a beautiful thing. We'll keep you updated throughout the show of what's going on over there, because the Masters is impossible to watch. We've had to download a couple different apps, get to a couple different things. We'll try to keep you updated on that. A lot of NFL news popping off today as well. Some stories about Bruce Arians chatting about offering Larry Fitzgerald an opportunity to come back and play last year, and Larry said, I haven't ran in 2 years.
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't think that's the case. Also, BA said, I get credit for the offense. Tom Brady gets way too much credit for the offense. The person that deserves a little bit more credit, Byron Leftwich. All fascinating stuff, because it appears as if the BA shit-talking of Tom Brady tour will continue into retirement, and we cannot wait to watch it all. Other news happening. We have Mike Vrabel joining us in the second hour. That's right, Coach of the Year, the AFC's number one seed going into playoffs with so many injuries. The coach of the Tennessee Titans, Vrabel, will join us in the second hour. First time he's ever been on this show.
First time guest.
First time he's ever been on this show. We've known each other for a bit. We've chatted a couple different times via DMs, text messages, never an actual conversation.
Let's go.
Everybody has told me he is Ohio.
Yes.
So I cannot wait to chat with this Ohioan alongside AJ Hawk, who will be here. Peter Schrager will join us in about 25 minutes because it is mock draft season. He puts out 2 per off season. He put out his first one this morning. Now, the caveat with his mock draft is that he talks to everybody in the NFL. So we need to dive in and listen a little bit, just like we do with Mitt's mock 2.0 yesterday. Other than that, we'll hopefully have your phone calls on the 5 Energy phone line, 1-833-4-McAfee. The Toxic Table is here, at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. Boys, what a great day to have a great day, huh, Ty?
Unbelievable. I mean, like you said, just seeing Tiger back on the golf course and then having him hit the super boost a little shaky early. I mean, I've switched from, hey, let's hit the super boost to Tiger might shoot 65 today. Tiger might be, on top of the leaderboard going into the weekend. So I am absolutely juiced.
He's had a great lag putt.
Yeah, he looks like a champion out there when he's putting. That's Tone Diggs, the one host of the Hammer
Dahn
Cowboys. He's got like a 3/4 swing. It's not the same swing. It's a much different swing. So I'm using iron off the tee box on a par 4. I think you're going to see a little bit more conservative Tiger Woods, but Tiger knows that if he wins this will go down in as a chapter in his incredible book of like how the fuck did he pull that off?
Yeah.
While watching Tiger, you can't help but think, Louis Oosthuizen's got a hell of a swing.
So smooth.
Can play.
Imagine if Oosthuizen loses to Tiger Woods with this great of a swing and how good he looks on this course. That's what every golfer's got to be thinking. Like, although the Tiger effect is real and the amount of people that are just following this particular group is insane, at this point, no other golfer's really scared of Tiger, right? They're not still scared of Tiger, are they, at Boston Connor?
It feels like he has that kind of Brady effect. Like, oh, this is Tiger freaking Woods. Like, if he's on the course, he's probably going low, and Joaquin Phoenix or whoever the hell the other guy is.
Neiman.
Yeah, that guy has been crapping in his pants. We have seen it.
At Boston Connor is questioning how long Joaquin takes to play every fucking shot of his. And I believe it's strictly because we were watching along for the Super Boost, and there was some moments. So we were waiting for that beautiful pink shirt to get back over the ball. And we've been watching old Joaquin Neiman, who incredibly handsome in his own right. But you're right. There's a lot of people following around and learning of this man's existence right now. And I'm not saying we're one of those because we obviously know.
Oh, yeah.
Locked in. Yeah.
At Tone Diggs, a lot of money on Tiger to do well, make the cut. What is it, you think?
Yeah, there's always a lot of money on Tiger just because if Tiger's playing, it's almost a law, I believe, in the betting world that you have to take, a little bit of a flyer or a sprinkle on him.
This guy's
to win
taking
the
4
tournament.
minutes for this fucking putt. Dude,
I'm sick of him. Take his clubs away.
He made it, though. Hey, well, good putt.
Listen, if it goes in, it goes in.
Seriously.
Take his clubs away.
I mean, there's a guy who we all want to watch, Guido Moltisanti. I mean, put him with Tiger Woods, and then we're talking.
What's his name?
Guido Molganazzi.
Jeez, which one?
What?
It's one of them. It's an iteration
First off,
of
it's
one.
Christopher Moltisanti, and if you would have finished Sopranos, you would have known that. It's Guido Migliozzi.
Migliozzi.
Is that
Great last name.
Is that that's the golfer?
Yeah, that's our guy.
There is a golfer named Guido
Molgazani.
Kick him out.
I don't think
That's his name. Tony just said it.
No, I said it's Mitzelani or something.
Migliozzi.
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 Uncultured swine.
Yeah.
Guido Migliozzi.
Is your favorite? That's your favorite.
That's
golfer.
my guy. And I hate that we have to, not watch him with Tiger because that's who we should be with right now.
Connor was getting a little bit loud with his new favorite golfer's first name in the office a little bit.
That's my guy.
The fact that dude's name is Guido is awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't believe he's Italian. I don't think he's Italian, right?
No, he's very bad.
He is. See, I would have never known because I just liked him because of who he is as a golfer.
Would you think he was Swedish?
You never know. Could have been American.
So is Guido an available name for kids?
Oh, yeah.
You bet.
Well.
I'm changing my name to Guido tomorrow.
I mean, your last name has to end in an O or an I.
We'll change it, Eni,
Yeah.
Oh, Guido McAfee, dude. This kid is going to be a stud.
Yeah, pick your sport.
I can anything.
Anything.
Probably president someday.
Yeah, chess.
Some big, large white just made a putt. Don't know who that is. Anyways, let's dive into some Scotty Scheffler, of course. That guy's a champion.
Yeah,
Scotty.
red hot.
Number one in the world.
That guy's a champion. I think he did some stuff with foreplay, right? I think I saw him interview with Riggs. Whatever.
Not sure.
Forbes has published its 10 richest owners in sports, and Tepper, the owner of the Carolina Panthers, is the only NFL owner that made the list. So whenever you think about some teams going up for sale and new ownership coming into the NFL, we have to remember that although these NFL owners are wealthy, they are nothing in comparison to the tech people who have all the goddamn money in the world. Sure. The number one richest, wealthiest owner in all of sports is old Bomber or whatever the hell his name is from the Clippers. The guy, pretty cool.
Grabbing legs.
Yeah. Grabbing thighs, doing the whole thing. He's worth like $90 billion or something. He's number 2 at Microsoft. I believe number 3 at Microsoft, number 4 at Microsoft, and number 5 at Microsoft are all above like $30 billion, let alone all these other companies that are getting in there. I think we're going to see a nice shift in ownership in the NFL over the next 15 years. And it's going to be all these people who have just buku cheddar. I mean, the amount of money that some of these folks have nowadays is something that I would assume that whenever they wrote the laws of this country, they could have never guessed that some people would be able to accrue or acquire that amount of cash. But it is something I think it's going to dabble in the NFL. And Tepper being the wealthiest, and he's also the newest owner, I think is a good sign of all of that as well.
Yeah, especially when you think about the Chargers situation, that maybe there's something going on, maybe there's not.
We haven't heard anything about that, by the way.
Yeah,
right?
it's been weird because it was a family thing, right? Wasn't the
the
sister?
sister was saying that they were in debt, they didn't have the money,
Yes.
and going to court, we need this, and then we were told that that's not true by one particular source, and then another source was like, well, that's not just getting out public for no reason. I'm like, all right, so we don't know what's going on. But yeah, that team might be forced to sell.
Yeah, and that's perfect for Ballmer. Like, if Ballmer does want to own more teams, he just built a new arena for the Clippers, so he's already in L.A. Like, if the Chargers go up, it'd be hard to imagine that he doesn't just say, all right, I'll take that one.
I hope Bill Gates fucking gets in the game just so we can hear AJ talk about the pool parties. Tiger Woods teeing off here. They have no tracker. Okay. Appears that they do. Oh, right in the middle of the fairway.
Baby.
Uh-oh.
Hey, look, there's a couple points there from 4 rich whites in the back. That's where his ball is. By the way, a lot of the same face in the crowd at the Masters.
Oh, yeah.
We were actually, by we, I mean I was offered an opportunity to go down there all by myself.
Yeah, really? Could have
it was-
been right behind Tiger.
It was very nice of everybody. You're not allowed to have your phones, no cameras. You just kind of have to roam around. Oh,
no.
oosters and Let it outside right there. How come they're tracking his, not Tiger's? What's that all about?
Tiger swung too hard.
Yeah, his ball is moving too fast.
170 miles per hour.
Could have killed somebody.
Adam Scott?
Hell yeah.
Fucking nailed it.
Former champion.
He's a champion?
Oh,
yeah.
Smoked it.
Absolutely striped.
All right, let's go. Let's keep it moving here. Let's talk about Deebo Samuel. He is now in the negotiation leverage game that everybody else has kind of dabbled in this particular offseason. He has one more year on his rookie contract with the San Francisco 49ers. He's a running back. He's a slant god. He's become a focal point of that offense. He and Kittle are really like, hey, how's this going to go? Let's ask these two how they're going to do. He is looking around at the money that all the other wide receivers are getting and thinking to himself, well, wait a minute. How come I haven't been extended?
Yeah.
How come they're not paying me just yet? What the hell's going on? So he unfollowed the 49ers on Instagram. Uh-oh. Deebo Samuel has unfollowed the San Francisco 49ers on Instagram. We need to keep an eye on this situation. Although his profile picture is him in a 49ers uniform.
Right.
He no longer follows them. Is that because he's sick of seeing updates about what their team's doing? That isn't him getting extended and making the money that he deserves as a focal point of their offense? Is it because he's disgruntled? Or did he just so happen to potentially, while he's boozed up, we don't know if he drinks, while he's on some vitamins, we don't know if he smokes, accidentally just hit the unfollow button, one about his day? We will keep an eye on the situation.
Do we know if he deleted all the 49ers pictures from his Instagram as well?
Well, that's the profile photo. Is him still as a Niner right up there.
So
he is still a 49er in that profile photo. So this is different than the Kyler Murray situation. This is different than the Julio Jones situation. This is different than the DeAndre Hopkins situation.
Yep.
This is different than every situation that we have watched, strictly because his profile photo is still that of the 49ers, which is the thing that everybody sees whenever they click on his profile.
He still has the 408 up there too, which I believe is the Santa Clara, San Jose area zip code.
Yeah, so he still has some resemblance of being a San Franciscan in his profile, which is different than Kyler Murray and the others we've seen in the past.
With these guys like DK and Terry McLaurin and him, who are kind of
A.J. Brown.
Yeah, A.J. Brown putting pressure. Do you think that they're just trying to get, like, they see what Christian Kirk got and it's like, all right, well, we want that? Or do you think they're looking more at Devontae and Tyreek? Like, are those guys the exception to the rule? Or do you think these guys now are all thinking like, hey, I want to be paid, 26, 27, 28 million a year?
I think you can be who you can afford to be. Whatever somebody will pay you, you should take and be happy about and be, ecstatic. Like Christian Kirk, there was a tax for him going to Jacksonville. Yeah. And that has not been talked about. Like, I think a lot of people and even some ownership and I think front office and management have come out and said what they paid Christian Kirk was absurd because now we got to pay like all these other people that. But also, I think if you have a brain in a business, Jacksonville's going to have to overpay some people to get there. Not that Christian Kirk had to be overpaid to go to Jacksonville. Christian Kirk probably pretty pumped up to regardless to go there. But Jacksonville knows that they're going to have to sweeten the pot a little bit to make people want to come build something in Duval County with them. Now, Deebo Samuel, I think he's going to be commanding a good amount of money because he's a massive part of their offense and the reason why they're successful. I'm not 100% sure. Like Terry McLaurin, he's obviously a stud. I think he's been a captain since his second year. He is going to be beloved anywhere. That team's kind of stunk though.
True.
So I'm not 100% sure if he's going to be able to command. Devontae Adams, NFC Championship multiple years. Tyreek Hill, AFC Championship Super Bowl. Those teams, although it's quarterback stat winning for whatever reason, I think if I think you're going to have to be up in that upper tier of success in the NFL with you being a focal point to really command the amount of money that those top guys are. Although I think big money's still going to happen for Terry McLaurin, for A.J. Brown, for these guys that are looking for their next contract. I think Devontae, Tyreek Hill, Deebo might be thinking to himself, though, hey, you're going to pay me like everybody else is getting paid at this level that we're at.
Yeah, it feels like the Niners can't let go of Deebo because he is such a big part of their offense. But could you see like DK, Terry McLaurin, probably not A.J. Brown, but maybe them getting moved during the season? Because if they start off real slow and then all of a sudden they're thinking in their heads, these teams like, hey, we either pay this guy 25 to 30 a year, give him 65 million guaranteed, or we just kind of part ways with them, continue the slow tank, and then we save a bunch of money for next year and we kind of take another run at it.
Well, if DKS does the same thing that OBS does,
Yeah.
there's a chance. I guess there's a chance that if DK Sr. puts together a clip of Hey, this Drew Lock guy's a lot of fun. He can dance well. Guy can't fucking hit my son if he even tried to. Just like what OBS did about OBJ in Baker Mayfield's relationship, put the pressure on the organization and the program so heavily that they basically had to move him. He ends up at the Rams. All works out perfectly. I don't, the middle of the season move for a star, and I know it just happened to Odell Beckham Jr. and Von Miller last year, both of them going to the same destination. I don't think that's as normal. If DK Metcalf's a part of their offense and everything's going swimmingly, and they might not be winning, but there's still not a lot of drama and beef, because to go into a building with drama it has to be exhausting.
Yeah.
Like Odell Beckham Jr. going in there, and how is that locker? Because he sees Baker every single day in the locker room. He sees him in the team meeting, sees him in the offensive meeting, sees him in the walkthrough, sees him in the practice, sees him in the cafeteria. I mean, that is just an awkward thing. Now, it worked out much better for his business and his legacy and his success and everything like that. But I don't know if everybody is ready to have that type of moment. Now, that one was obviously built up over time. DK Metcalf, though, I feel like if they're not answering calls, they're saying. They're allegedly not even answering calls. Like, hey, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. But the Texans were also not answering calls for a long time about Deshaun, allegedly.
Forgive me if we've talked about this in the last few days. I can't remember.
He's seeking.
He likes it.
Tiger's locked in.
Oh!
Said no.
Stop.
No.
Stop. Stop.
No.
Stop, ball.
That's Augusta, maybe.
He can make that little right to left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, like DK, the Seahawks then have to feel that they can get a deal done, because if they don't get a deal done, he's leaving next season and they get no return.
Yeah, but
like,
they get him to play for a season.
Correct.
Everybody always everybody forgets about that. Like, well, you would rather get something in return. Yeah, how about I get fucking 1,100 yards out of this guy next year, 1,300 yards, 1,400 yards, whatever the case is. That's, for me, I understand that is a way to convince teams to move on from a guy. Like, hey, if you trade him now, you'll get like a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick, a 2nd round pick. Next year, when you you won't get anything back. Come on, this is a smart thing to do for your business. It's like, well, also we don't have that motherfucker on the field all next year. Like, are we even thinking about that? That has become like the narrative. And if I'm a GM, and I understand, I'm going all OGs anyways. Fuck my picks. I'm trading for everybody. But if you're going into the last season of a contract and we can't get a deal done for whatever reason, that whole like, well, you might as well get a 3rd rounder or a 2nd rounder out of him before you get nothing out of him. It's like nothing. I'm getting 10 touchdowns out of this dude next year, which is all we're here for anyways. You know?
I agree 1,000,000,000%, but with the Seahawks, they're not winning the Super Bowl with or without him. That was
Pete Carroll, Pete Carroll ain't rebuilding. Remember.
If you're a team that can win the Super Bowl, I agree with you 100%. But if you're the Seahawks and Drew Lock's your quarterback, I don't know if DK is going to get you a Super Bowl.
They've been super quiet, right? Seattle Seahawks? Yeah. What's that all about? What's that all about? Are they going to get a quarterback? Are they going to get do they like
They
Drew
were
Lock?
linked to Baker there for a second, and then now you see like a bunch of mock drafts have them trading up for Malik Willis. But they really haven't done anything.
They've been super quiet.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, respect. Hey, do whatever you got to do. I'm not pissing off the Seahawks fans. You guys lost your quarterback. Sorry. There's no and now you lose Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
Your 2 leaders of your team, and then maybe DK Metcalf is on the move. I mean, that is tough to be a Seahawks. Hey, have faith.
That's right.
Have faith.
Stick with us.
Come on, buy a ticket. Come on, our stadium's still the loudest in the
12,
NFL. We need you. We need you. We retired your name. 12. Joining us now is a man who probably knows a lot more about that than any of us. An insider for Fox and a host, Emmy nominated.
Yeah, that's right.
Multiple time.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple time Emmy nominated host of Good Morning Football, friend of the show, a man who put out his first mock draft of the offseason. There will only be 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Traeger. Peter, what's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? So excited to be here with you because, Pat, I watched you all weekend, and the boys have been having a blast the first 3 days, but cannot tell you how proud I am and how cool it was to see you do your thing on that stage. And when you did that backflip, and I'm sure that's not the technical term, even I was like, holy shit, this dude's amazing. So
Thank
congrats
you.
on everything.
Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that. It is, it has been a lot of fun to have to prove my athleticism after I retire, from being a punter in the NFL. But I don't get an offer to do that, in the NFL much. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you for watching. I don't know if you normally would, but thank you for tuning in, bro.
You know who went there, right? I don't know if he said he didn't connect with you. Kingsbury flew in. He was there in the building that day, and he was like, I'm going to support McAfee. That's why he was there. So I was happy to hear that. He was hanging with Jerry Jones, though. The whole crowd was there. Big NFL scene at WrestleMania.
Big NFL scene. I mean, Zeke was there. Micah was there. Kittle was a part of the show damn near. But Cliff sent me a couple of text messages. I was like, are you ringside? He's like, no. I'm in a suite. I'm like, oh, okay. He said, I'm going to try to come down and mix it up, though, for your match. I haven't hit him up since then, and I didn't get to see his handsome face. But a lot of NFL folks in the building, and I'm very thankful for all of them. Thank you for watching, Shriggs. Let's dive into a couple of things. Your first mock draft came out today. This is a big deal because you actually do real research, right? This is how you're feeling. This is what you're thinking at the moment. How much has changed in the past from your first to your second, and how accurate are you normally?
Yeah, no, and this is what I kind of position it as. I don't have the hubris to come out here and be like, hey, I'm a scout, or I do hip swivel, or I can break down a 40-time why it matters. My best asset is I talk to everybody in the league. I've got a phone, I've got access, and people won't tell me who they're taking directly, but I'll get the feel for talking to a head coach or talking to a general manager.
Detective.
Here's what they're looking for, and here's the type of player they're looking for. And this player would be off their board. Then you start hearing the rumors from the other ones. Well, I hear at the pro day this guy was talking about this guy. And I think I've got as good a sources when it comes to this stuff as anybody. And my mock draft tends to be as accurate. But I don't come at it as, here's what I would do if I'm Seattle with the 9th pick. I do it as, here's what people around the league think Seattle's going to do with the 9th pick. So I look at it that way. If you want accuracy and you want kind of insights you're not getting everywhere else, that's my mock draft. If you want what the scouts and there's a lot of mock drafts for that as well.
Okay, well, let's dive right into it, Tregs. I'm excited to go through it. Number 1 overall, Hutchinson. Everybody that's a foregone conclusion, right?
No, I actually have heard that.
Whoa! Why'd you put it on the thing then?
I think when it's all said and done, it's him. But I hear they're far from deciding who's number 1. I heard that there's actually a lot of fans in that building of Trayvon Walker, who I've got going all the way down to number 7. But Trent Baalke, historically, as a general manager, has not drafted based on college production. He drafts on, let me see the athletic ability. Let me see what we can get in the unlimited potential. Remember, Aldon Smith was a pick that he had in San Francisco. A lot of people were like, top 10, Aldon Smith. Then he went out there and had 18 sacks his rookie year and was an absolute freak. So Trent Baalke's the wild card there. But I would think it's pass rusher, either Hutchinson or Walker for the number 1 pick.
And then you got Thibodeau going 2nd overall to Detroit. There has been conversations about maybe a quarterback going there. Why do you think defensive end?
I think when it's all said and done, Detroit is the place that would take Thibodeau. I don't think he's for everybody. His cup of tea is very confident young man, and he said some things that might not fit with some other coaches and general managers. I think Detroit makes sense. But I've heard from folks that Malik Willis could very well be the 2nd overall pick. That the Lions are completely open book right now, and they have not tipped their cap or shown their cards as far as being out of the quarterback market.
Evan Neal, first offensive lineman taken to the Houston Texans out of Alabama, number 3 overall. Everybody's impressed with Evan Neal. Why do you think Houston?
Yeah, that one right there, I think that could be the best player available. I think at the end of the day, I think Neal might go before Ekwonu as the pick. And Houston's basically, it's like an expansion team right now. They're rebuilding from the ground up, and that's a good cornerstone.
Yikes. Hey, Lovey. We love Lovey. Hey, Lovey.
We'll get him.
Love
Good luck,
Lovey. Love
Lovey.
the people in Houston. Hey, we love you down there. Good luck. Loud building, loud house. Those fans for a long time have had to heard. Be patient.
I think they'll tell you that. They'll tell you that's a rebuilding situation. They've got the 4th and the 3rd and the 14th pick. They can't screw it up.
Actually.
I mean, not that the Texans would, but
No.
teams have in the past. Ahmad Gardner, corner for the Jets. Why and how?
Yeah, so this is making a lot of news in New York because people know I'm plugged in because I talk to Saleh and Douglas a lot. This is the one where Sauce is like a surefire thing, and they're going to get a surefire pro at 4th overall. And I think when it's all said and done, he might be the biggest slam dunk in this draft as far as you know what you're getting, cleanest prospect on and off the field, and he's been interviewing incredibly well. I don't think they're going to take a project at 4, and I don't think offensive line. I think they actually believe in Becton. So if you're looking at it that way, Walker might be a bit of a project. Thibodeau might be a bit of a project. We're not sure we're getting there. Sauce Gardner, he's the guy at 4.
Congrats to Sauce, going to be a Jet.
Hell yeah.
That's basically what everybody in New York's saying, huh? Because Peter Schrager said, "Oh, this guy knows everything." Let's start learning about old Sauce Gardner. While you're in the middle of that, Tiger Woods rimmed out on a birdie putt. I mean, it was
halfway
hey,
down.
that thing was tracking out there. Congrats to Sauce. Icky going to the Giants. Okay, you just assumed that they're going to take an offensive lineman because their offensive line has been terrible. Icky out of NC State. I got to meet him at Radio Row. Incredibly cool dude.
Great
and
kid.
a monster, Peter.
Monster.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. He was wasn't a high recruit. His twin brother plays at Notre Dame. That was everyone's guy. And then he's just an absolute beast and a great kid, as you got to know. So Giants are in true best player available for 5 and 7. They're in the same kind of mode as mentioned the Texans, where they just want players. They need to fill that roster with young talent. They're excited for that.
Kenny Pickett going to Carolina. Mitt had that on his mock on 1.0 last week. Seems like that's a very, you're not the only one saying Kenny Pickett at 6. There's a lot of mocks saying that. Is that just because Carolina's desperate and Kenny Pickett they view as the top quarterback in the draft?
Yeah, there's connections here, too. Matt Rule recruited him to Temple originally, so they have a connection. And David Tepper is worth $14 billion. He's got his name on buildings all over the University of Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett went to Pitt. So there's something there. But I'll tell you this, to a man, nobody thinks Kenny Pickett or any of these quarterbacks are worthy of the hype of last year's quarterback class. And there was 5 guys. So this feels like a bit of a stretch, but it might just be, hey, Rule, McAdoo, these guys need to start winning now. They need to put their name on a quarterback at some point. It can't be this rotating door.
Sam Darnold said on Bussin' with the Boys that he knows he's a good quarterback or whatever the case is. He just needs to find it. I'm pretty pumped that he still has the confidence.
Yeah.
Honestly, because this league can kill you. It can bury you. Maybe Kenny sits behind and learns for a year or whatever.
Yeah, and I think Matt Corral's a name to look at also at number 6 overall. And he's not a name that everyone's thrown in there. He's the Ole Miss quarterback, but he's got a ton of swagger. And it's Darnold, I don't even blame him. The situation he was in New York, it's almost like what Daniel Jones is going through right now, where it'll beat you up, this market. And the losses compile, and if you don't have an offensive line, it'll destroy you. But you get that second chance, you've got to shine. And I don't think he did the job that the Panthers were hoping for last year.
Trayvon Walker, you're saying just best available for the Giants. He could potentially go 1 overall or 7. Good day to be Trayvon Walker. Congrats, Bob. And then Jermaine Johnson at 8 out of Florida State. Last chance you guy. What a freak show athlete he is.
Freak show, and it's amazing. I've got 5 Georgia players going from the defensive side of the ball in my first round. He was a Georgia guy too, and he transferred to Florida State. But he's awesome. This kid is an unbelievable pass rusher. 8 might be a little rich, but I felt like Atlanta needing to get a guy that they can say, hey, this is our defensive guy. This is the dude. He's the best on the board.
Offensive tackle Charles Cross out of Mississippi State to Seattle Seahawks, and then Jamison Williams out of Alabama back to the Jets. Kyle Hamilton falls to 11. He ran a 4.7 or something the other day. Going at 11, good for him. And then Derek Stingley Jr. at LSU. He just ran a 4.37 yesterday going to Minnesota. Devin Lloyd out of Utah. Trevor Penning going to Baltimore. Drake London to Philly at 15. Well, Mitt's mock had that maybe trade up in the top 10, maybe go to Green Bay or something like that. And then Garrett Wilson, wide receiver out of Ohio State, goes before Olave to the Saints. Well, how come this batch right here? And are any of these are you more confident in any of these than others?
There's going to be a run on receivers right about here, and one of them might go top 10, maybe 8 to Atlanta, but there's going to be a run on receivers, and all these guys are going to go from 8 to 20. I have Jamison Williams going as the first one taken, and I think I'm the only person out there who's got that now. But the more we get to know this wide receiver class, the more he's viewed as maybe the best long-term. The ACL was a major, major scare to a lot of people toward in the college football playoffs. But this is 2022. An ACL is not a career definer. It is not a career ender. And I think the Jets, looking for the best long-term guy, I think Jamison Williams is the cleanest across the board, even with the injury. And then you could stack them how you want with London and Wilson and Olave, and you can even throw in Traylon Burks from Arkansas, who we're going to get to. But I think Williams is going to shock people, 10 to the Jets. Don't be so shocked if he goes top 10.
4.7 for Kyle Hamilton didn't scare you or any of the people you're talking to at all out of Notre Dame?
No, I don't think that's a tremendous fear. I don't think he's going top 5, but I think he'll go in the top 15 for sure.
Okay, let's look at the next batch here from Peter Schrager's 2022 Mock Draft 1.0. Here's Chris right here going to the Chargers. Congrats to Herbert.
Wow.
Get another weapon.
Another one.
Hey, hold on. You dropped something. Speaking of the Chargers, you dropped something the other day about Keenan Allen maybe being on the trade block strictly because you looked at the contract with how much Mike Williams is getting paid. How that caused some ripple effects, by the way, because everybody in Green Bay was like,
wait a second.
Whoa. Is he going to end up as a Packer? Because Mark Murphy said draft night could get interesting. Well, can you elaborate a little bit more on what you said the other day on Good Morning Football?
Well,
about
I was
Keenan
looking
Allen?
at the contracts, and everybody looks at DK Metcalf and AJ Brown and Deebo Samuel and even Terry McLaurin because they're in the final years of their contract, but that's their rookie contract. Keenan Allen's making a ton of money, and he's in the final year of his contract. He's making close to $20 million. I said they just paid Mike Williams, got this great wide receiver class, but I have since been told by sources in that building that's not the beat they're playing. They're actually going for it this year, and Keenan Allen's a key piece to it. So I threw the name out there, but I've been since told by them that, hey, that's an erroneous report. And I said, it wasn't a report, it was a suggestion. And let's see. But, yeah, Keenan Allen, he has nothing to worry about. He's going to stay in the Chargers.
By the way, as we talked about, you talking about it yesterday, we said the entire time, I believe Schrager is just strictly looking at the contracts here. He does not have any sources saying this. Let's get back to your draft. Chris is there. Trent McDuffie, Jordan Davis. Here we go. I love this dude. I want him to go number 1 overall, this fucking guy. 6'6", 341 or something like that. Ran a 4.8, had a 12-foot broad jump. This dude is awesome. Good for the Saints picking him up. Who else likes him? Anybody sweet? Anybody you hearing a lot of talk about him?
A lot of teams like him, but the question is, are you getting the 340 guy who could play 3 downs, or are you getting the 360 guy who was at Georgia last year, who against Alabama in the SEC championship game, or when they played him in the regular season, couldn't stay on the field because he was out of breath. Like, there's questions about
discipline.
him. And
Let's go,
he's
Jordan.
done a great job interviewing. He's done a wonderful job getting his body right. But you're talking about a guy who might not play for you 3 downs. And the argument is, look at Vita Vea, look how good he is. Yeah, but there's a long history of Terrence Cody and plenty other guys at that size that is it worth taking in the top 20? I love Jordan Davis. I think a lot of teams do. But defensive tackle is just not the position necessarily that teams take in the top 10 these days.
Tiger Woods almost hit a fucking hole in one. We're talking.
And I'm talking about Jordan Davis's 40 times.
No, this is going to live on for eternity. But he was like a foot away. I mean, it was bum, 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 bum. It bounced up early, checked up. He's a foot away from a hole in one here. Let's go. Come on, let's go, Tiger.
Come on.
All right, let's get back to this. Jordan Davis, hey. Get disciplined, dude. There's so much money out there for you. I think Robert Mathis, he put out a tweet, hey, this guy, if you do the right stuff, there's a lot of money out there for you, Jordan. Can't wait to watch you take the next step in the NFL. And then obviously at 20 here, a lot of people watching this are going to be interested by this. Malik Willis to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They do not have to trade up. He actually falls all the way to 20, you think?
Yeah, I think there's a chance he does. He can go as high as 2. He can go to 8 to Atlanta. He can go 6 to Carolina. But there's only so many teams that are going to be playing for a quarterback in that first round. Seattle, maybe. Pittsburgh sitting pretty reminds me of Mac Jones last year in New England. No one thought Mac would be sitting there at 15. They took him. They got their quarterback of the future. Didn't have to trade future draft capital to do it. So if he's sitting there at 20, even if Trubisky and Mason Rudolph are on the roster, I think Malik Willis would be a nice pick there, and he doesn't have to play right away.
Other big-time picks that we should look at, 22, Green Bay Packers taking wide receiver Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. He's going to be a player.
Athletic freak.
Debo comparisons.
Pig suey! Pig suey! He's called the Hogs over here at Green Bay. He's going to love it. Can't thank you enough, Shrinks, for doing this mock draft. I don't know what the rest of it is. We probably don't know who the guys are, but I can't wait to see 2.0. 1.0 was just glorious. Ty, you have any questions for old Shregs?
Yeah, Shregs, you said that Keenan Allen probably isn't going to the Packers, but do you think there is a chance that one of these other guys who's unhappy, who we've heard potentially might be getting traded, like, will they look at any of those guys?
Yes.
Or are they just
I don't think
use-
they're done. I think it might be the guys that are still on the free agent market with the Jarvis and the Odells, and they're going to be on the market. But, I gave you those 4 names. McLaurin is an interesting one because he's really well regarded around the league. DK Metcalf is really possible. And then you get AJ Brown. And, of course, the other one we've been talking about is Debo. So I would consider all those guys as possibilities.
Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Pete, are there any guys like the Jets with Sauce Gardner where a team absolutely loves a player and they're going to trade up into the top 10?
Yeah, I don't have that team and name yet. I think I'll have more of that stuff in the final week leading up to the draft where you get hey, this is the team, they just love this player and they're going to go get him. I remember Julio way back when when he was in the draft, I had so many tips saying like the Falcons are about to trade the next 10 years of their franchise to go get him, and then they actually did to Cleveland. Sometimes you get those. I don't see that yet this season.
Go ahead, Tone.
Schrags, Saints made the trade with the Eagles to get a second first-round pick. Are they going to stay at 16 and 19, or do you see them packaging to move up potentially?
They could, and everyone thinks quarterback because of the situations that you have with Carolina and you have obviously with Atlanta and how everyone was involved in that Deshaun Watson deal. But I would also look to this one possible player. If Evan Neal falls, Evan Neal played for Doug Marrone at Alabama. He was his offensive line coach. Doug Marrone is now the offensive line coach with the New Orleans Saints. If Evan Neal falls maybe out of that top 3, out of that top 4, I could see them saying, hey, let's go get Marrone, his guy, because he is a future bona fide left tackle in the NFL.
What did Mark Murphy mean by draft day is going to get interesting? Like he's going to trade up and take another quarterback like they did a couple years ago? What is? And have you heard any other rumblings? Have you heard any other rumblings? Yeah.
What's interesting compared to that, right? I don't think you could top that one. No, I think it would be maybe they go and they make a move and they package their picks or they draft someone. I mean, this is going to be a weird draft because there's not a quarterback at the top of the thing. So every team is in play to trade back. And for these teams that want these wide receivers, they might have to trade up.
So you think there's going to be a lot of moves, huh?
I think so. I think the wide receivers, there's only about 5 of them, but they're all first-round guys, and there's a lot of teams that want them. And, you have to pay your receivers now $25 million.
Oh, let's talk about Deebo Samuel unfollowing the 49ers, but his profile picture is still him in a 49ers jersey. What do you hear about that?
Yeah, I think he's upset, and I think the Niners, they don't give money out, and Kittle had to wait, and other guys had to wait, and Jimmy's still on the salary cap right now for $25 million. So I don't think Deebo's getting it. Just like I said with Kyler, they're not getting it when they want it. They're going to get it when the team wants it.
Come to Indianapolis, Deebo.
New England.
Green Bay, baby.
Deebo-napolis, dude. We will sell the shirt tomorrow. We'll sell this place out. Shregs, we can't thank you enough, brother. Hopefully we get to chat with you again soon.
Can't wait. Thanks so much, guys. Always appreciate you.
Hey, good luck on the sports Emmy. We hope you win this year.
Go get it, Pete.
Hey, that crew you guys got deserves it.
Yeah.
You, Kyle, Kay, Dante. I think he's been in there now.
Sean O'Hara.
Yep.
I mean, that
Keep
team.
going.
What was the K?
Shady.
Shady
McCoy,
McCoy,
Dante,
Emmanuel
Hall,
Sanders.
D'Angelo
man.
Hall.
Man.
Happy birthday, kid.
All right. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Schrager. Let's get to a break.
They're going to win it.
Unfortunately, I do not think they will be winning it.
I hope the Dan Patrick Show wins.
Yeah, but how is DP going to win it without McLovin?
Well, he's on with Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie
Pirloff.
That was wild.
They got nominated for best studio show as well, I thought.
Oh.
Did they?
Radio program, maybe?
No, I don't think they got nominated for anything.
Well, it's their first year.
Yeah, exactly.
When Maggie
you're right.
and Perloff showed up on the TV, I've never been more surprised in my life. I said,
Stunned.
what's going on here? I thought he was a Dayanette. He left, did his own thing with Maggie. They're on daily at like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Every day.
Every
Bottom
day.
right TV, baby.
Boom, Maggie and Perloff.
Yep,
Got
it's
'em.
like coming home.
We have not heard them one time.
No.
We need to move them to a TV that has sound.
Yeah.
One of these days.
You're right.
We'll get there.
All right.
We've got a lot of good shows on those.
We try to give everybody a rating because we want everybody to have a good time.
Exactly.
We're trying to do that. Dan Patrick deserves a guy. That Dan Patrick show deserves a goddamn sports Emmy, though. They've been
do.
there for a long time. Let him eat. Maybe Rich Eisen, too. I mean, who
Yeah,
who
Richie.
am I saying?
Richie just got one.
It would be a lot funnier if the Danettes, they win it without McLovin.
Oh, man. Perloff would be pissed.
Yeah, he would.
All right, we're back in 4 minutes. Tiger legit almost hit a hole-in-one in
Yeah.
the middle of
Did he
that.
make the putt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tapped it in.
He's one under.
Hey, that baby Tiger.
Should be two.
Keep updating you from the Masters. He is currently in third place. Tiger Woods.
Oosterhuizen hit a long putt.
Did he really?
Yeah, but he's +1.
All right, live coverage will resume in a moment. That's what we're saying. See you in 4. Some phone calls on the 5 Energy phone line, 1-833-4 McAfee. We'll see you then.
McAfee with the right hand. There he made the same mistake Pat McAfee made earlier. There he is stunned on the second rope. What does McAfee do here? Whatever it takes. Apparently at this juncture, Pat McAfee now on the middle rope with Austin Theory. Now McAfee on the top rope. That has been so impressive. All the way to the top rope. Pat, you better be sure about this. Go for it all. You better be sure, Pat. Go for it all. Theory looking to counter. Theory, a couple jabs there to the abdomen of McAfee. Lands on his feet. Wow. Theory can't believe it. He said, what the hell? I can't believe it. Austin Theory not sure what to do. Holy moly. Look at the agility. He just leaped to the top rope. You gotta be kidding me. That was sick. For the brand. And so is this. superplex by Pat McAfee. Come on, Pat, cover him. Cover him, Pat. Yes, for the win, for the win. There he kicked out. Damn it. I believed in that moment, Michael. I believed in that moment that Pat McAfee was going to earn a victory over Austin Theory. But look at the athleticism of McAfee here. He leaps to the top rope, then he delivers a superplex. I mean, I knew Pat could move, but my God. Again, Byron, this is WrestleMania. This isn't his ring in his studio in Indianapolis, goofing around with McAfee's boys.
What's the most beer you did in one night you think of one of those shows?
Well, I never forget when we went to Japan one time. Dudley, Stacy Keebler. I mean, there were so many people out there. I think we went through 103 or 108. Now, between just for myself, you know, I'd always make sure to have about a 12 or 18 pack there. And, you know, here's the thing when some people say, oh, shit, man, you got too much of that beer on. You don't even know how to drink beer. It's like, dude, fuck you. You don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to entertain 20,000 people in an arena. If I just go out there and sip it real properly, how fucking exciting is that? So when you're out there on an empty belly and you're shotgunning beers and all that shit's going in, the half that was going in was for me. The half that was going on was for them.
Nice.
But I'm telling you, Pat, when you shotgun a bunch of beers like that and you're drinking about half of each beer, you got a pretty damn good buzz when you come out. And that's a sacrifice I was willing to make.
I would assume you were pretty fucked up, yeah. When did you start self-cheersing? When did you start self-cheersing? Was that something you did in college? You're like, hey, Steve, good for me, man. Like, when did that start?
No, you know what? I got to give credit to Sandman for starting that, but he was bashing him off his head, and I don't remember, and it wasn't because Sandman was doing it, so I don't want to say I copied him, but he was the first. So, and then my style was, because people always get us confused. They'll say, yeah, man, you used to bang them on your head. No, motherfucker, I was the guy that clacked them together. It was just something we came up with. I don't even know how the beers got introduced to the ring, but it became a thing, and we ran with it.
I went to one of his shows. He forced me into doing, he's wearing football pants.
I think Mark
had actual knee pads. Does he have a fake face on?
Yeah, he has a fake face on. That is not Chris Angel. That or he's been eating McDonald's with Mark Davis for the last 5 years.
I just want everybody to know.
Straight to his face.
I just want everybody to know this is NFL related. Okay, we have to talk about it.
Yes. We have to cover it. Why is his penis a different color?
He's wearing football pants.
Tony, that's a.
Hey, welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here. Hour one of this. How the hell is Tiger Woods back at the Masters already? Thursday, April 7, 2022. He is currently sitting at third, one under, almost holed a hole in one or a par three. It was online. He ended up like a foot short in the middle of our interview with Schrager. Tapped it home. Congrats to Tiger getting back out there.
Tiger!
Now we go. Robert Kraft was talking about the Patriots offense and what they're going to do. Remember, they do not have an offensive coordinator because Bill, I don't like titles.
Goddamn right.
Everybody's an assistant. So they all get paid like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Feed them slop.
Under the table.
Make them work hard. And then I give them green balls whenever they do something good. No, I feel like they probably pay everybody very well up there. Everybody seems to work terrible hours, very long, be miserable, and stick around. So let's assume the money is at least right on the other side. And they've had a lot of success. Bob Kraft, though, said, we're making changes to take advantage of what Nelson Aguilar and Jonnu Smith do best. Obviously, Aguilar we know because that one man was talking about catching babies falling out of a building in Philadelphia, and they were in the middle of a panicked moment, a scary moment, with babies being tossed out of a place on fire. The eyewitness on the news said, we're catching them, slow rolled to the camera and says, unlike Aguilar, back to the near-death experience. And that's really what the world knows this guy from. He then goes to the Raiders. I believe he catches some good balls, kind of bounces back, gets out of that Philly, unlike Aguilar catching baby situation. Then he goes up to the Patriots. How'd he do? What does this mean? What is Robert Kraft talking about? And you guys told the fullback that the fullback will no longer be a position in the New England Patriots offense. Now Robert Kraft's talking about the offense. It is very apparent that the offensive strategy going into next year has been a topic of conversation in that building. Bill Belichick is moving over to the offensive side a little bit more than he has in the past, although we have heard that he and Tom Brady met every single week about what the offense was going to do. So what does that mean? None of us know. What do you think Bob Kraft is saying here at Boston Connor, diehard New England Patriot fan?
Well, I think no matter what, adding Devontae Parker is going to open stuff up for all the other wide receivers, but Aguilar, I think he's the highest paid from the free agents last year out of the wide receiver group, so I'm assuming it's probably going to be a lot more like shallow routes because his best game was against Atlanta, and I don't think he caught a ball, further than 5 yards down the field because he'd catch it in space and be able to go.
Well, and Mac Jones can't throw the ball down the field anyway.
Of course not. No, he can't throw it more than 20 yards. But Jonnu Smith also.
That was a joke. We like Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Like,
Jonnu Smith also, he kind of goes away during games, kind of. His only good game was, I think, week 3 against the Jets, but he played really well because there were a lot of plays designed for him, like tight end screens and all that. I assume Mac is going to have a pretty good say in what the offense is going to do, just because there's
no way.
Yeah, because I think he's going to do exactly what Brady and
it's his
Bill
second
used
year,
to do.
though. I mean, this is his second year
For sure, but I still think that Bill's going to listen to him. It seems like they have a really good relationship, and he'd be kind of dumb not to. Like, why wouldn't you ask your quarterback what plays you like, what works well, and maybe we will take another step, because if we don't, we might come in last in the AFC East.
Tiger Woods behind a tree just hit a slice, bending it around there, cuts it short of a sand trap right in front of the green. I mean, Tiger's playing golf.
Beautiful shot from
that
pine
position.
straw.
I mean, he hit that thing outside in. That's a lot of torque on the back.
Yeah.
The surgically, replace back and legs, and he's walking a little stiff. This might be the new Tiger walk, though. This might be Tiger forever.
He has new gait.
Yeah, he's got a brand new gait, brand new neck and back. He's got a new swing. His swing does not look as violent as it once did. It looks much more dialed in. What if he becomes a better golfer now because he has to play more like old man style golf?
We were talking about it earlier. You figure for those first 4 months of rehab, probably the only thing he could do was work on his short game because that's all he could swing. So if his short game is dialed in here around Augusta, watch out.
Well, it looks like a par 3 he almost holds that thing out. He's made every single putt. He made a putt on one that kind of saved our entire Super Boost. The New England Patriots offensive side, I'm very intrigued to watch that because whenever you heard Bill Belichick was taking over, I assumed we're running a triple option.
Oh, yeah.
And then we find out, no, the fullback's gone. What if he goes the complete opposite direction? What if he has Jonnu spread out, Aguilar spread out, he's got Devontae Parker spread out, shotgun formation, and he goes Hal Mummy, fucking air raid offense for the entire time in an upbeat fashion.
Yeah, Damian Harris definitely feels like he's going to have a little bit of a drop-off because if they're not running that power formation, then he's probably not going to be in as much. But yeah, you do Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, Kendrick Bourne, and Devontae Parker with a little Jimmy White action out of the backfield.
Let's go to the phones here on the 5-Hour Energy phone line. Let's go to Chesney in Alabama. Not sure if it's Kenny or not. Roll Tide. What's going on, Ches?
No. War Eagle, Pat.
Hey, is your first name Chesney?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Is that a normal Southern name? I think that's a good name.
Well, my mom was a big Kenny fan. My dad wasn't too happy, and I hate country music, so.
Oh, jeez.
That's tough.
That is tough. I thought that was maybe like a family name or something, but you were named after Kenny. Hey, the boys will follow, though. Hey,
yeah.
How
about it?
Follow. I mean, a big football guy, Kenny Chesney. Sorry about it, Chesney. What do you want to talk about, pal?
Let me tell you why the Jets are going to finish top 2 in the AFC East.
All right.
Listen. Mac Jones, terrible.
Whoa.
Went to Alabama. Tua, noodle arm, went to Alabama. Terrible. Right. Ever since that cheater Tom Brady left the Patriots, what have they done? Nothing.
Okay. What have you guys done since he left?
We got Big Bob Saleh.
Going
to lead us to the promised land.
Nah.
Elijah Moore. MVP this year.
MVP receiver.
Is this every year you end up kind of convincing yourself that something good's going to happen with the Jets? Do you have this ability every single year?
Not at all. This feels different. We actually got a real coach. We don't have Adam Gase anymore. We got a real GM in there, Joe Douglas. We're going to trade for DK, draft Sauce, might even make the Super Bowl.
All right, Chesney. Good luck
Hell
out there.
yeah.
Hey, he doesn't like country music, but that would be a great country song if the Jets end up making that happen for old Chesney down there.
Yeah, that's why Jets fans are the worst, because they all have their heads so far up their ass they have no idea what the hell is actually
He
going
said that's
on.
not a normal feeling. He said this is different.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely different, because last year we saw they had a lot of promise last year.
Go bring those odds back up on from FanDuel Sportsbook there. AFC East odds, Bills minus 180, Patriots and Dolphins tied at plus 400 to come in second, and then the Jets are plus 2,000, plus 2,000 to win the AFC East. Chesney, go ahead and get your money. I think you can bet on them to come in second too.
Yep.
Tiger was just chip. I mean, his short game is.
He's dialed in. He's dialed in.
Let's go.
Come on, Tiger.
Let's go, Tiger. Tiger's really matriculating himself around the Masters course right now.
Chesney may not like his name, but at least it's good to know like where your mom got pregnant at, like, and then like that's a nice fact.
Yeah, but the dad doesn't like it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So do you think the dad hated that evening because we got
Maybe he
pregnant?
wasn't there.
Oh, so you think his dad isn't his dad? That's what you just said. Maury Povich got cancer after 30 years, so we ain't never gonna find out who the actual dad is of Chesney.
I don't know. I saw a commercial last night for Judge
Steve Harvey. I watched an episode of that. I watched like good 15, 20 minutes.
See an actual judge now?
Pretty good.
Bro, he awarded somebody $3,000 from somebody else.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the person was asking for $6,000 because something happened, something like somebody got hurt, and instead of going in an ambulance, the one friend was looking out for the other friend, like, hey, you don't want to go in the ambulance because how expensive it is, so we're going to put you in an Uber. And then the person that ended up with the broken leg was filing for something, and then he also said his dream was always to get an ambulance ride to the hospital. So Steve Harvey put that as part of his ruling. Part of his ruling was you stole this man's dream by putting him in an Uber. You were looking out for him, and he awarded him like $3,000. And the person that was owing, that was going to be paying the $3,000, I don't think they knew that they were going to end up having to pay money. Judge Steve Harvey.
Yikes.
He was a little bit like, that's a lot of fucking money, pal, making me pay $3,000 all of a sudden.
That's a dangerous game for Steve Harvey to be, telling desperate people, hey, you owe this guy $3,000.
Judge Judy was able to make like $80 million a year doing that for so long, but she was like a lawyer.
Yeah, legit judge.
Yeah, she was.
That's why did Steve go? Do you have to go to school to be a judge?
He gets one of those hammers.
Yeah.
Oh, they give him a gavel.
They gave him a gavel. He was pretty good though. I mean, he did take notes and he recalled a couple things from earlier in the trial. I mean, he was.
Listen, if Lou Holtz can be a doctor, Steve can be a judge.
All right.
It is an elected position, I believe. So
hey, it's awesome.
Oh, he looks sweet.
It is entertaining, because there's always been Judge Judy, Judge Joe Brown. I think Judge Jerry Springer had one a little bit there for a little bit. Steve is able to do whatever he wants. If it involves the brain and talking, Steve Harvey will figure it out in an entertaining fashion. And I watched Judge Steve Harvey. I don't know if I'll watch again, but I was entertained.
So not like a thing that you're going to put DVR or?
Well, I went through the Judge Judy phase.
True.
I think we all did watching Judge Judy.
Oh, yeah.
Judge Joe Brown. There was another lady, I don't know if she was light skinned or Latino.
Mary Povich?
No, that was Maury. He has been canceled after 30 years on the air. Maury Povich, you are a fucking scumbag for doing what you just did there.
I can picture who you're talking about.
There's a light-skinned lady or a Latino lady. I forget what she, maybe an Italian lady. She was a judge there. She was cutthroat in there. She was cutthroat in there. I enjoyed that. I'm past the Judge TV stage of my life, but if I was in the Judge TV binging stage, I would watch Judge Steve Harvey and be entertained by it, I think.
Yeah, he's got to parlay Family Feud in. Like, if he's telling a guy he owes this other dude $3,000, he has to say, and you have a chance tomorrow on Family Feud to win that.
I thought Steve Harvey was going to say, and we will be putting up $3,000.
Oh, sure.
Like, I thought that's what it was going to be. I thought it was like, and this sponsor will be giving $3,000, even though, and it was coming directly from old buddy over here.
Actual litigation. No, I'm going to need your money.
And old buddy was sitting there like, I don't think he knew. I don't think he had any idea what was going on. What is that? Small claims court, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know 6,000 could be an amount. I thought it had to be a lot less than that, but I love the judge. What's that?
Was it Marilyn Million, the Hispanic lady, this one?
Yes. Is she Hispanic?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm happy I got that right because as I was seeing her in my head, I was like, light skin, Latino lady. I even drifted in Italian just in case she was white, but she was a Latino lady.
Yeah, spot on.
Hey, she was
straight to the book. Yeah,
she was pretty good.
Don't forget about Judge Mathis.
I was thinking of Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
Ricky Lake had a hell of a run back in the day. Who was the lady with the glasses, the red hair, glasses, talk show lady?
Ozzy Osbourne's wife?
Sharon.
Kathy Griffin.
No, she.
You might be thinking of Joy Behar.
No.
Joy?
Joy Behar. Sally Jesse
Raphael.
All those studio shows
That was
had
a great
a
one.
hell of a run there. You know, those were a hell of a run back in the day. You young kids watching on YouTube would never understand.
No idea.
You have no idea what Sally Jesse Raphael did for society. You fucking bum.
Have fun with the Wiggles, losers.
Hour one's wrapping up here. Can't even play music. We'll see you in hour two. AJ Hawk and Mike Vrabes.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Jesus, worst hour ever.
Judge talk gets us, though. It always gets us.
I watched Judge Steve
It's a
Harvey
dangerous place to go.
the other night. It was really good.
Judge Mills Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mills Lane's played no games. What was Harvey from TMZ? He started People's Court.
Yeah.
He started outside the People's Court. He was doing interviews afterwards. He was a lawyer. I believe every judge that has been a judge on TV, though, has some sort of law degree and experience in the past. So I didn't know if Steve Harvey just picked that up in his spare time in between hosting his show, his radio show, Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud. Family Feud Africa, I've seen him shoot. Family Feud, like Germany, he shoots. Miss Universe.
Yep.
Also time in his yacht. I don't know how he would have been able to pick up the law degree, but if anybody could do it, it's fucking Steve Harvey, that guy.
Maybe you got the same one as Kim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but she disappeared for 8-9 months and did that whole thing.
6 daytime Emmys for Steve Harvey.
So good.
Legend.
Well, that makes sense.
What about morning radio show? He had a morning radio show for 6 to 10 a.m. where he was I think he was syndicated in 100-some cities or whatever. Steve Harvey's a
Yeah, how
hustler.
does he have the time to do anything?
I honestly don't know.
Could have gone honorary, right?
I seen him. Can I get an honorary law degree?
I feel like for sure.
I took a visit to West Virginia's law school. Remember, before
Yeah.
I even went to school there, I took a walk around it.
The
That should
first
be
one.
I ran up Law School Hill a couple times, 15 times each year.
So you basically went there.
I've been in trial a couple times.
Yeah.
Been to jail. I've seen both sides of it.
Yeah. Talk to police.
I spoke in my trial. Actually,
you
when
go.
most people
Represented
don't,
yourself.
I actually spoke. No, I didn't represent myself. I had a guy that represented
He sat second chair, though.
he actually sent me his 5th highest guy. And I was like, are you still charging me for your service? Or this guy's service? I mean, because Edgar Snyder told me I don't pay unless he gets money from me.
Come on.
You don't have to be a real judge to run a primetime courtroom reality show. The cases are real, but Steve himself is not a judge.
Oh, Judge Pat McAfee's coming.
Here we go.
Has to.
Need it.
I cannot wait for that.
In the igloo?
Probably post Igloo days.
Okay.
I'll get into my TV judge days.
Oh, yeah.
Tiger Woods still balling.
Yeah, here we go,
Tiger.
Here we go.
Let's do one more phone call here before we get to a break and wrap up hour one. Let's go to Alberto in Seattle. What's going on, Alberto?
Hey, man, imagine a Judge Vince McMahon.
How come he hasn't done that? I assume there has been, behind the scenes, I believe he's been judge, jury, and execution. But you're 100% right. Judge Vinnie Mac would be amazing. He abuses his power.
He does.
On Sunday night, though, didn't he?
much.
And he ate a stunner out of nowhere.
Let me just say, hey, Pat, a huge fan. Congratulations on your WrestleMania thing. Real dream come true for a true wrestling fan. Got to give it to you. Hands to you, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Alberto. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
And
You came in.
Thank you, man. The hangover still kind of, looming. I don't know what that's all about. You know what I mean? I need to stop.
Man, I was just waiting for those. I was waiting for those. What? You came in.
What?
You did your thing.
Why?
You got in the ring.
What?
You did some flips.
What?
One flip.
You got the win.
What?
You drink some beer, man. Hey, I just wanted to ask you real quick
Yeah,
on the football side.
Haymakers,
As a specialist, I'm a kicker. I play arena football up here in the Seattle area.
All right, let's
Just
go.
wanted to ask, how often do you think teams should practice special teams, not just snap, hold, kick, but snap, hold, block? I feel that there's no point of having a good kicker if the fundamentals of a good kick ain't there. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that makes sense. And I don't know the Arena League as well. Are you kicking in those tiny little posts? And do they rush in the Arena League? It always feels like people have enough time to kick. Am I wrong?
9 feet wide. I was trying out for some teams. I was trying out for San Diego Strike Force and the New Vegas team. In the IFL, they don't rush as much, but in the league that I'm in, the American West Football Conference, they do rush all the time. And
that's a nightmare.
But there's some teams that don't rush. There's some teams that do rush. But it just seems like the teams that do rush seem to take that position more serious, because if you block the kick in arena, you can run the ball if you want it back.
Alberto, if you want to run a good operation, a good program, you should be good in all 3 phases. So they should be practicing that or whatever. And it seems like you're a good, cool guy and a good kicker. Hopefully they'll give you a shot. Good luck out there, Alberto. Yeah, that ain't for me, dog. I can't do that. Those uprights are real tight, and if they're rushing, is because I always just assumed it was like a handshake agreement.
Yeah,
Okay, with how tight these fucking things are, don't rush. All right.
Yeah, right.
Because there's always like amount of time. If they're that tight and they're rushing, Alberta, you got more mental toughness than 99.9999999% of kickers. You're going to be all right. But yes, your team should practice blocking for field goals. Jesus. Alberta, good luck out there. Don't die. All right, we're back in about a minute and a half with Hour 2 and AJ Hawk. Coach Mike Vrabel of the Tennessee Titans will join us in about 15 minutes. And updates from the Masters as we try not to get too distracted and do a damn show. We'll see you in a minute.
At the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ay, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command line. Yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Hour 2 on this Tiger Woods is stalking Augusta. Thursday, August 7th, 2022 shall begin right now.
Yeah.
Can't thank you enough for joining us. The Talks Table is here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. Ty, that John Deere lid looks beautiful.
Thank you very much. Saw Daniel Berger actually has a specialized John Deere bag today, so I said, fuck it, I need to put that Deere thing on.
No offense to Berger, but our guy Guido is about to beat the shit out of him. Ain't that right, Connor?
You're goddamn right. Guido Mosiani is fucking rolling right now.
That is an actual name of an actual golfer that is currently at the Masters.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
not his name.
What is his name? At 10 Diggs.
Guido Migliosi.
That's what I said.
That's not what you said.
Yeah, I did. Guido Mugziani.
All right. Well, Guido is playing well, not as well as Tiger Woods is playing. 500 some days removed from a car accident that shook and rattled the entire news world. We thought he was dead. We thought he was paralyzed. Everybody predicted that he's now in second place, tied for second. Tiger Woods is balling. Everybody thought there was zero chance that Tiger Woods would come back. Tiger Woods heard everybody doubting that he would ever be able to walk again, that he'd ever be able to live his life again, and said, fuck you, I'm going to be miserable for the next 500 days. I'm going to be golfing at the Masters in 2022. He started out hot, had to make a 12-foot putt to save par, almost makes a hole-in-one, taps in for birdie. He's 1 under through 7. Taylor Gooch is obviously in first place, 2 under. The Gooch above the Woods is certainly something we could have never expected, but Tiger's in contention already early, and we are all pumped up about it.
Yeah, I don't expect the Gooch to be able to, have the longevity that Tiger's going to have.
Well, the Gooch gets hot, especially down there in Georgia.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And when the Gooch starts getting moist and the Gooch starts getting hot, you never know, especially with the Tiger stalking behind it. And every once in a while, when a Cougar comes through, the Gooch gets a little bit excited.
Mm-hmm.
And although the Tiger's there, we don't know when the Cougar's coming. Guido also got his eyes on the entire prize there. And the Masters is maybe the most electrifying the Masters has been in some time, because last year, if you do recall, kind of a select few amount of fans. This year, there's all types of whites there.
Yeah.
That place is packed. Every single fairway is lined. Every tee box is lined. It is awesome to see Augusta all the way back.
Guido, too, I mean, he has a kind of an unfair advantage just because he's got that beautiful Italian skin. And because it's so hot out there, he doesn't have to keep on applying sun lotion like everybody else does.
Guido's skin is certainly one that is built for the entirety of the South in its sun.
Yes.
But don't put past Guido's ability to lock in. You know, he's able to lock in.
That's right.
The coach, what's that, Nick?
No, we're talking about skin color.
Yeah, I was going to, yeah.
His beautiful
We're talking
Italian
about him
skin.
not getting burnt.
What about Tiger? You didn't say anything about him.
Well, Tiger's a master.
Tiger's the Tiger.
He already has a couple green
stripes.
jackets.
What about Tony Finau? I didn't hear anything about him.
Well, Tony Finau actually just bombed one off the tee.
He's also like 2 up already, so sorry, Tony.
I think he just pulled one actually left.
Yeah.
A couple people have missed it. Fairway, 2 fairways. Masters is awesome. We could have been. I could have been there.
You having some FOMO that you aren't there on the grounds right now?
When you see the azaleas?
Yeah, when I see these azaleas in the pines and people
the
just
pine
sweating
stroll.
and all those polos and you're literally not able to pull your phone out.
No.
Yeah.
They lock your phone down.
Think of that delicious pimento cheese sandwich that you would have been able to have at the turn, though.
The egg salad.
For breakfast, nothing better.
I would have been all by myself. The person that offered that to me, I go nowhere by myself. Let alone a place that would have no access to technology.
And then 20,000.
And the person was not my friend. I was not hanging out with the person that offered it to me, by the way. The person was just like, hey, we have an extra if you want to kind of roam the grounds by yourself. And I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, excuse me.
What are we even talking about? I would go bananas in there all by myself. I have no idea what I would do, let alone I assume that vitamins are not legal in Georgia, right?
Probably not.
I mean,
Probably
what would
not
I
on the
be?
grounds.
That would have been a nightmare for me. Like AJ went last year, he got lost.
Yep.
AJ was lost for 5 hours last year on Augusta, and he couldn't call anybody. He went with friends. I couldn't even imagine if we went alone. Commentators for the Masters: Shane Bacon.
Ooh, Shane-o.
Colt St. Austin. Supposed to be on the show yesterday. CBS said, you need to dial it in and focus. And by the way, we understand because of how big this day is right now.
That's right.
With Tiger wearing that bright pink and playing the way he's playing, people are going to be excited. People are wondering why we haven't brought AJ Hawk in yet. His basement's flooded.
Oh, you don't say.
He's currently entrenched in battle of his trench becoming a pool. Yeah.
Good luck. No fun.
I want to it is no fun. Ty's dealt with this a couple different times.
Yeah.
You have to get a pump. The issue with his basement, if it is being flooded, it is 45,000 square feet.
Oh, no.
So that is the size of the lake that I live on, basically, in his basement. I don't know how they're going to pump that out. You're going to need a lot of fans. You're going to need the World Cup Qatar Stadium fans to get all that water out of that basement in AJ's mansion.
Olympic-sized pool in his basement.
Currently, yeah.
Did you happen to see about the 2026 World Cup?
Oh, yeah, I can't play FedEx Field, which is, the World Cup in FIFA is their the group. They're the NCAA over there.
Governing
FIFA.
body.
Yeah, and they're not crooked at all and don't get their pockets greased at all or anything like that. They're having a World Cup in Qatar where the average temperature is 150 degrees or something like that.
Yep.
So they always make the best decisions. I think just even back when I was playing soccer, everybody knew FIFA was a bunch of fucking scumbags. Like knew it. FIFA has come out and basically said, historically, the capital of a World Cup host country, which is the North America, United States, the next World Cup, is a primary venue. However, FIFA officials have sent the World Cup to the middle of a desert.
Right. Yep.
Where it's 100 and some degrees. They didn't have stadiums. They decided we're going to send it there. FIFA officials known to be some of the most corrupt and terrible humans on earth, allegedly. Obviously, we don't know if they turned over their entire thing, but they will chase the money however, whenever, since the beginning of FIFA. Not that they're any different than most organizations that are running things, but FIFA officials have expressed concern about the poop pipes bursting FedEx Field.
Oh, no.
So from Soccer Insider, which is always on the inside of the soccer news, the possibility of a DC-Baltimore joint bid with matches at M&T Bank Stadium instead of FedEx Field. So Baltimore, the Ravens would be hosting a World Cup, but the nation's capital would not be able to because that one team that runs that whole building has poop pipes bursting and things collapsing and Jalen Hurts almost breaking his neck. Figure it the fuck out over there.
I mean, just
Take command.
The hits keep coming. Like if your stadium isn't good enough to host the World Cup. Get this guy out of here, dude.
No, but I don't know the FIFA officials enough. This would have to be in the Gumpy world. But I think this would be like John Wayne Gacy coming out and being like, well, your basement isn't clean enough.
Yeah.
Right? I think that is what this would be
yeah,
like.
I mean, most places the World Cup has been, there are no stadiums when they give them the fucking World Cup.
Yeah.
So for them to say this is...
we don't know if that stadium's good enough for our tournament.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys.
Could you
Okay.
imagine? Boy, that last one was really hot, but at least we didn't have fountains of shit raining down.
Well, we don't know if that's true yet or not.
Yeah, true.
We have no idea what the air conditioning is going to do to the poop that could be bouncing.
I mean, they literally changed it from when it always is in the summer to the winter so that it could go to fucking Qatar.
It's going to be a disaster.
Aren't they
It's
built
going to
on-
be an absolute nightmare.
This is the soccer Lombardi, and the FIFA officials are just treating it like it's some throwaway.
Yeah.
If this was the CONCACAF and it was treated like this, we'd be in uproar.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
If they put the CONCACAF in a country that didn't have stadiums and the amount of people that were... How many people died to build these stadiums in Qatar? And these FIFA officials are like, well, FedEx Field. These motherfuckers.
That's what I was gonna say. Isn't like historically the World Cup like every stadium's like a mass grave because during the time that they're built, thousands of people die.
But the poop pipes.
Poop pipes can't have it.
Cross the line.
Don't want people getting tetanus. We'll kill them, but can't have them getting tetanus.
By the way, thank you to Nikki Jabvala for the inside.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, Nikki.
Is Nikki work for Soccer Insider, Gump?
I have no idea.
Gump!
I have no idea who that
Gump,
man
you are
is.
literally the only person we can turn to for Soccer Lombardi news.
I usually go to Fabrizio Romano for my footy news.
Oh, Fabrizio.
yeah.
You don't say.
I believe he plays alongside golf with...
He plays with Guido Moltisanti Vecchio.
I mean, don't do the Sopranos like that, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
What are you guys?
You crossed the
talking
line.
about?
Nikki's actually a reporter for the in Washington for the NFL. Watching the NFL reporter for Washington Post.
Okay, so Nikki was like, hey, our stadium's so bad the fucking corrupt FIFA folks won't even play here. Tiger, par 5, second shot, backspin on a 3-wood, checks up short of the green, can still up and down for another bird and
Hell
tie
yeah.
for the lead here. I'm pumped about old Tiger Woods the way he's playing. I assume all of golf is as well. More eyes are on the Masters right now than they could have ever imagined because a human who was completely broken figured out how to put his body back together and play golf at a high level. Joining us now, a man who's just swimming in his basement.
Hell yeah.
Not because he has a pool there, but because the outside came to the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, COVID survivor, AJ Hall. Oh, wearing his Tiger red. Did you just get out of the pool, pal?
I am wearing my Tiger red. Yeah, things are going great. And then about 15 minutes ago, I found a little leak in our water manifold, shut the water off to the whole house, been running up and down. So hopefully someone will make it out to my house soon and try to avert the disaster.
Oh, so you actually caught this before the entire basement was flooded. This was just something you kind of sniffed out while you were doing your workouts. And you're like, oh, there's a little bit of water there. How do I fix this? Let me shut it down. That's what FedEx Field needs to do to the poop pipes, dude. They need to shut down all the poop.
Yeah, well, luckily I got like an alert on my phone, actually, because this happened back in the day or at a different part in our house. So we had a little thing, and all of a sudden I got this. And I almost ignored it. It was 12:55. I texted Zeke, I got a little leak issue. I'll let you know when I'm ready. And then I went down there like, oh, yep, if I let this go a little longer, it is going to ruin this place.
Okay, well, hey, shout out to your app, shout out to your phone, shout out to being the 5th overall pick and being able to have an app that tells you whenever a pipe bursts.
Yeah, unbelievable.
How come FedEx Field doesn't have that? You know, we were just talking about
It was only about $40 to tell you the truth. The little unit that got water dripped on it, and it sent it to my app. Here you go.
All right, well, shout out to your little unit deal, that sent you the app deal that saved your entire deal. Have you been watching the Masters this morning? Tiger has a different swing, seems to have a different approach. I feel like he is dead set on winning this motherfucker. It is awesome to watch, AJ.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think he would have entered if he didn't think he could win. Now, I think what's his score at now? Where is he?
He's 1 under, but he's about to be up and down on a par 5 for 2 under and tied for the lead with Gooch.
Jeez. Yeah, he looks good. And I think old Colton Oast is on the call if you're watching the stream on ESPN Plus, and he even mentioned it. He said this might be good for Tiger because he has to he can't hit this far off the tee. He's great with his iron play, therefore he won't get in as much trouble with his driver.
Okay, so I'm happy that we didn't have Colt on yesterday because I said the same fucking thing. This might make him a better player. This might be him more conservative. Yeah. So, for instance, I had a little bit of like and this is much different, obviously, he's Tiger Woods. I had a little bit of a hip thing. And it made me have to swing differently for like 4 or 5 games. And my punt, I wasn't able to hit my biggest ball, but I was easier to hit like a B ball, a C ball, without having an F ball. So it made me much more conservative, much more like dialed back. And in doing so, I was more consistent. I assume that's how you become a great golfer. But Tiger's always been a no risk it, no biscuit. I'm going fucking big guy. His swing's like a 3/4 swing, hitting it very pure. And then he gets up close and he's fucking making magic, AJ.
I mean, I hope he can keep it up. That's going to be the toughest thing. Can he continue this? Obviously, he's run on a ton of adrenaline right now. I don't know. Maybe he can just run on adrenaline all week. Like it's the Masters. It's a huge deal.
A lot of people are saying he's going to have to withdraw because he's not going to be able to stand it. He can hear that, by the way. He can hear everybody saying that. He knows what people are thinking. Tiger Woods has his ear to the ground with everybody talking shit, and he's going to shove it down their throat. Hell yeah. Joining us now is a man who was Coach of the Year. He was a All-Pro, a Super Bowl champion, caught touchdowns, tackled people, and he led his team with like 7,000 injuries to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. Somehow. First time appearance, classic Ohio dude. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Mike Vrabel.
Yeah! Why isn't AJ clapping?
Yeah, what's that all about?
Yeah, Braves, you know how it is. I don't want to mess up the stream. You know, we got lag and delay.
That's bullshit, Braves. That's bullshit. AJ who just refuses to show you any love. I hate it. I don't like it at all, Coach.
He just sits there in his bookshelves and everything else, and he just, it's like, just put the helmets out there, put Coach Fix, memorabilia back there. You'll be fine.
Hey, he has a flood in his basement right now, actually, AJ, over there in Ohio, Braves.
Really? In the mansion?
Yes. Mega mansion over there.
Hey, Braves, who bought your sweet mansion in Ohio? You built the sweetest place and then you moved away.
I lost so much money on that house, just so you know. I had never intended to leave that thing. And then I went on this coaching journey. And that was the worst investment I've ever made in my life.
Yeah, but the coaching journey was a good investment. Let's talk about it. Did you know you were always going to be a coach? Could you feel it when you were a player? Because me and AJ talk all the time about how neither of us are coaches. The time, the amount of dedication, the commitment. Did you always know you were going to be a coach?
I think you have an idea of what you want to do. But, for most players, there's no plan B. I want to play football as long as I can. And that was what my, plan was, is to play professional football for as long as I could. I loved every minute of it. I loved the locker room. I loved competing. It took me a lot of great places, met a lot of great people. And then, when that ends, it's like, what's it going to be? And, the opportunity came up, at Ohio State, and it kind of took off from there.
Could you ever see yourself going back to the college game?
Well, I really would never say never, but certainly enjoy and love what I'm doing here, the foundation that we've built here. I try to coach the same way as I did when I got into coaching, and I learned, in 2011 of what that was like, and try to still make connections and, try to do it the same way. There's just not the recruiting element that's involved. So I don't think that my style has changed at all. Probably some of the job requirements are a little different.
I think every person that's ever played in the NFL sees some of the clips from your style of coaching and says, man, it would be awesome to be on that team. For instance, you guys win a game, you go, hey, somebody call it up, and then Taylor Lewan punks you, picks you up, punches you in the face, and says, no, you fucking call it up. And then there's like 10 other people that beat Will Compton comes in. I think he blasted you right in the mouth and said, like, no, you call it up. Is that did not...
I know that those guys run your show, and they have a fledgling podcast that they're trying to get going as well. But I wouldn't say it like that. I didn't see it happen in the same way as you described. I think you're fresh off the WrestleMania, the script. That's not how it went down. I know. I saw the slap mark. I got it. Everybody saw it on Twitter.
No, but your style is awesome. We talked to Taylor about it because, there's different ways of leadership. And I think there's like the do as I do, not as I say type guys. It feels like you're a coach who's still a player, but you're like, hey, I'm the one making the decisions here. And if you're transparent and authentic, everybody loves that. Did you ever think about like, oh, I'm a head coach now, I got to act differently? Or were you like, this is how I'm going to be, this is how it's going to go? And did you expect success as quickly as it has come? Because you have been a great coach since day fucking one.
There was never a manual. There was never a manual, much like what you guys have done here. You guys just go with what you feel in your heart and what you think is best for the fans and your podcast. And I never read a coach's manual. I kind of learned along the way. I always try to, think about what the position the player would be in and how they feel on decisions that I make. I do think I bring a unique perspective of having been pretty much every one of the players that are on our team, whether that's a rookie, that's a second or third year player that's making the team on special teams, and, the free agent that's looking for an opportunity. And then it was a veteran player that was, paid and compensated to produce. And then eventually, an aging veteran that was traded. And so that's a wide range of different perspectives that I've had in 14 years. So I do think I can relate on that level of what some of those guys are going through.
Braves, do you think as you continue to coach, you're going to always be that physical head coach on the field and at these guys' pro days when you're just jacking dudes up? And right here, we got a couple clips of this.
I mean, I just literally, here's how I try to coach. I try to see where the players are in position during the play, AJ, and then I try to create drills or do things that are going to help them throughout the course of the play. So whether that's up front, an offensive lineman, that's an edge, that's an off-the-ball backer, whatever it may be, you go through these different stages of the play. And I try to, and that's how I started out coaching at Ohio State, was just watching the tape and coming up with drills and trying to be creative. I enjoy it. I think that I can, provide some input into what we do. I try to, ask our coaches to develop our players in ways that are going to help them. If I see them doing a drill that doesn't translate to the field, I'm going to ask them why, because that's what I would ask when I was a player. Like, why the hell are we doing this? Like, this is like me and Willie wouldn't run through the bags. Like, we just boycotted the bags. We're like, we ain't running through the bags. It's like we're like in our 10th year. Like, we're not running over the bags to start practice.
Have you grabbed anybody as a coach and been like, all right, let's get him the fuck off the team? Like, has there been a guy that you've grabbed and it's been like, well, this seems too easy?
No, like, I don't grab. Like, I'm like, no. But, like, we treat everybody the same way they treat the team. So if they treat the team like shit, they're not going to be here long. And we've got a bunch of great dudes that care about the team. That's why I love coaching them. I love building relationships with them. But no, I've never grabbed anybody. I mean, there are guys that, haven't treated the team very well, and so they're not here.
I'm talking about in the drills, though. I'm talking about in the drills. Have you ever, like, struck somebody and been like, this guy, he shouldn't be in the NFL. I don't know why this guy's even on the team.
Well, yeah. I mean, that always – I mean, I thought
let's talk about the culture that you've been able to build there. You guys are the favorites in the AFC South. You have been for some years. That was not normal. Obviously, I got up onto a stage on draft night, talked a lot of shit. Seems like everything has changed since then, and it's because of a lot that you have done and the leadership and the group that you brought in there. Putting Tannehill in over Marcus, hindsight, a decision that wasn't really talked about because the instant success that was had. That's a massive move, though, that any organization makes. What did you see in Tannehill at the time? And then you guys re-up him. What have you seen in him that has made him like the perfect guy for your Tennessee Titans team?
I think, Ryan came in and, from the get-go prepared as if he was the starter. Even though, when we brought him in, he wasn't. Felt like we needed to make a change in where we were at in the season. We were 2-4, coming back home from Denver. And again, that's what I always identify what culture, how you identify culture is what you look like at your worst. And, we weren't, bitching and complaining. Guys we were sticking together, still practicing. It wasn't like guys were coming in late and there weren't issues. So that's why I always try to identify where your culture is, because everybody talks so much about it. but it's not when you're winning. It's not when you win 5 games in a row. Like, the culture is going to look great. So I think that told me right there that we had the guys in the locker rooms to get it done. And we went on a run. Ryan showed toughness, accuracy, same things that he's always shown since we've moved him into that position. And he will stand in the pocket. He'll take some shots that unfortunately, he shouldn't take, but he never flinches. And that's the one thing I'll always value and appreciate about him is his toughness.
You on the sidelines of games is awesome. It feels like you're always chatting. You wear your emotions on a sleeve almost. There's a couple where you get confused. Last year, though, you guys had to deal with more injuries than any other team in the NFL, like actually. And I know you're an Ohio guy, so it's like, we don't make fucking excuses. We don't have any. But were you mind blown at how good your team continued to do after all of the injuries that kept taking place, or does that go back to that culture thing?
No, it just kind of goes back to the culture. I don't think any job is too small for us. I think that if I don't panic, nobody else is going to panic. Got a lot of faith in our coaching staff. I felt like they did a great job. And then it always comes down to the players. And that's a reflection of our success, is a direct reflection of our players. They're the ones going out there and doing it. And, we had guys come in on Wednesday, and, we had this group of like stray cats that would just come in on Wednesday. They'd be the first ones in the meeting room, and they were ready to go because they knew they were going to play. And they were fantastic. And some of those guys helped us win a lot of games. And, it's like a stray cat. You feed it, and then you can't get it off your porch. It's just coming back every week.
Oh, you're awesome, I bet, in those fucking team meetings. I couldn't even imagine.
Oh, yeah, I'm a real treat, I'm sure.
I would have loved to have been in there, for immediately afterwards. All right, Coach. Okay, Coach, love it. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah,
well,
Coach.
I would tell you that one philosophy that we have here is I try to hold the best players the most accountable. So that's the one thing that I've always learned, is so that you're not sending a message to a young guy that something's going to be okay and that you're going to allow something. So we coach every action. We don't coach the result. We're not interested in what the results are, whether it was a touchdown or, if you're carrying the ball loose, we're going to show you. If you're not finishing, we're going to show it. And that's just what we believe in.
Is that now obviously you're in New England for a long time,
Yep.
and you were a part of the Tom documentary. I think you got a good 2 lines in that entire episode. I think us watching, we all wanted more Vrabes in that thing. But with Bill, learning from Bill, being in that building, is that your biggest takeaway? And is that why Tom ultimately is the guy that he is, because he was getting dunked on and everybody else had to watch that and know that if it's happening to him, it could happen to you?
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly one thing that I took, from my time there. I think Tom is a great player and who he is, not because of that. I mean, I think it probably helps and is part of the process, but that's Tom and his work and his preparation. It was just something that I felt like if that's how I was coached, then it's an easy transition to explain to the players that, hey, I'm not sure that how it was done before or wherever else you've been, but this is what you guys should all expect. And AJ Brown and I we have a great relationship, and he texted me late one night, maybe a few weeks ago, and said, "Yeah, I can see why you coach. I've been watching the Patriots or Tom Brady documentary." And I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" And he's like, "Well, and I said, "Is it good or bad?" He said, "Well, I guess a little bit of both." I said, "Okay, good answer." So I think probably showing some of those clips, those lowlights, we try to just remind guys of what the expectations are.
Hey, Braves, how good is Derrick Henry? Like, can you put into words how much he actually means to your team? I think the dude is an absolute monster.
He's very unique, AJ. I mean, you guys have been around this league in football for a lot of years, and just not too many guys walking around carrying the ball as many times as he does that look like him. And so I think from that perspective, it is difficult. It's difficult to tackle him, when he is in the second level and the third level because of how he builds speed and, how proficient he's gotten with his stiff arm and his ability to take care of the ball and do all that. And, we put a lot on him. I feel like he does get better with more carries and has an impact in the football game. So he means a lot to us. He knows that. And, we try to we try to put the run game around that and what his style is.
How do you stay patient with that, knowing that a game can pop open? Because you guys have a actual patience with Derrick Henry. First quarter, he'll average like maybe 1.3 yards a carry. Second quarter, it's like 2 point something. And then at halftime, you guys might be down. Third quarter, you don't panic at all. Like, hey, we're going right back to this run game. Not a lot of coaches can do that. I'm just speaking from experience from watching. We got a guy as well. Is that just that inevitably it's like Novocaine, that shit's going to work at some point? Or?
Yeah, that it's eventually going to kick in, and I think it is a cumulative effect that we have to have. And we would, a lot of has to go into to be in a position to do that. We've gotten into games, unfortunately, where we haven't been able to do that. But when you can take care of the football and you can play good defense and do all those things that are required to win, you allow the cumulative effect of what a Derrick Henry and what a run game can do to a football game.
You said you were texting with A.J. Brown. Do you stay completely out of business in that front, or you try to remain coach, or do you have to is there any of that you get asked about? I assume it's a part of it, but how far do you just try to stay away from the business side of everything?
We have conversations, and I have, a relationship with everybody on our team. Some are better than others. I do think, that there's a personal side to it, but then there's also, a coach side of it as well. And, I think that there's a wide range of emotions or relationships that, I think I try to do a good job of doing both and try to make a connection with them, but also making everybody realize what the business ultimately is.
We're in a wild time right now where players are picking and choosing destinations. You were the number one seed in the AFC, and Nashville is a fucking great town. I mean, an absolutely great town. That place becoming a destination for free agents or for people that want to go is not normal. Do you take pride in the fact that Nashville's the city that your team's in, and how much people potentially love that city and want to move to that city?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that that's something that we have to continue to take advantage of is our success that we've had, and trying to get grow a fan base that when you have talk about an expansion team coming to a city that really hasn't been traditionally a football town, or people have moved in here from all over everywhere else, so maybe they were a Browns fan or maybe they were a Steelers fan, but trying to build that here and making them love the Titans and want to be a part of what we're doing. And then, obviously any player that would want to play for our team, it's a big sign of respect.
I've heard stories of you just drinking, 2-3 cases, smoking 30 packs of Marlboros, having 4 dippers.
AJ, you doing some pillow talking?
No.
Hey, Graves, I think I think Bobby's giving him a lot of information.
I'm sure, yeah. Bobby, I guarantee you Bobby's a pillow talker.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was a pillow talk, but it was late at night, and we were standing near a bed. But the entire conversation about you being this absolute Iron Man of a human, a throwback, old school, which now we're in a different era of human and player. Has that been difficult at all? Like for you transitioning on what your expectations are of players and what the modern world is like versus what it was whenever you were fucking 6 a.m. I heard, 6 a.m. winning the sprint, beating everybody.
I wasn't much for stretching. So then my first practice script, I didn't have a stretch on there. And they said, well, when do we stretch? I'm like, I don't know. Just be ready to go when practice starts. Then we had to have some sort of dynamic warm-up that we have to have a block of time for. But the technology has helped us try to track workloads and all those different types of things. And, we are certainly looking for the most durable players. And the injury rate in football is 100%, especially pro football. You play it, you're guaranteed to get hurt on some level. So, we have some guys that are extremely durable. I mean, Kevin Byard and, Ben Jones, they play a lot of football. They play almost every snap that we play in a season. And those guys are finding ways to get out there. And Jeffrey Simmons is always out there and, running into the football. And, we demand a lot of them. And so I try to take care of them through the week, try to figure out what's best for our football team. And, as long as they keep playing hard and they're physical, I'll do whatever I can throughout the week to make sure that they're good to go on Sunday.
We're in the middle of the draft process right now, and I know interviews are something that happen. How do you question and get the answers that you need to know on whether or not the human will fit in your building or not? Because I
think it's just a feel, and it's just trying to make a connection quickly. There's a first date at the combine, and some of these guys have to earn a second date, just by how we feel about them, and then you bring them in or you Zoom with them. And then it's difficult, it's about trying to make a connection, and are you going to be willing to trust this player, not only on the field, but off the field to represent your organization. So it can be difficult, and it's not a perfect science.
Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Coach, how do you feel about the overtime rules changing? Because we actually were all for yours, which I believe was a 2-point conversion to win the game, or the extra point the other way.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think that what where these quarterbacks have gotten and our willingness to pay them over $40 million a year, which is what they deserve when they win. And I think the fans, like I was sitting there watching that game, and I really like Josh Allen as a person, and you have to compete against him, and it's difficult. But I like Patrick, and I would have hated to see one of those two guys not have an opportunity to go back out there and try to have an impact on the game. It just so happened that, Patrick did and Josh didn't. So I do like it. I like it for the playoffs, like we did and voted in. So, I just think the impact that the quarterbacks have, the elite ones, they should help determine the outcome of the game.
Hey, the 2-point conversion idea was the best one, though. I think widely voted upon on the internet, which is never wrong. Like everybody was like, yeah, this is a good idea, because strategy even gets involved, right? You go for 2, you miss it, the other team goes back, they kick an extra point. It's huge. I thought that was the right play.
It wasn't going to guarantee that both teams were going to get it, but it was going to make it pretty certain that they probably would have. Whether the coach was going to attempt, when you score, you're going to kick the extra point, or you're going to go for it, and 50% of the time, you weren't going to get it. So that was literally just something I came up with, shortly after that game.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It was a great idea. People loved it. Who knows if we'll ever see it, but I want to let you know that Ohio brain done good over there. All right, go ahead,
Yeah.
Coach, knowing Tom as well as you do, were you surprised by either his retirement or him saying, 5 weeks after, fuck it, I'm coming back, I still have more to prove?
Yeah, I talked to him. I said, you took the kids to a soccer game, and you went to the beach, and you went skiing, and then you were like, yeah, I've had enough of these guys.
Oh, that's crazy. That is
Rick,
crazy.
you just got back from that coaches meetings. Is that fun at all? Like, do you guys get to hang out and have a good time?
Yeah, no, guys, meetings are over, guys get together and hang out. And, I think that it's a competitive business, but obviously there's a fraternity that goes on. And, I've got a lot of respect for what everybody does and the job that they do. So it's good to get to see everybody. It's a little difficult at the combine, but it's much easier at the owners meeting.
Hey, you're one of the older head coaches now, like the most established head coaches now. That has to be pretty interesting, because remember when you get hired out of Houston, Vrabel's the head coach in the NFL.
Yeah, that happened quickly, didn't it?
Yes, that really does feel like it's just a couple years ago, and now you're like an OG in that whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it did happen quick, and it goes fast. And, here we are already getting the off-season program started here in a couple weeks. And, you just try to do the best job in each season, whether it's the off-season, it's the draft, it's free agency. We'll be at training camp before we know it. And, you try to break it down to that, and then it's just however you can, survive during the season. You're going to have some great wins. You're going to have some devastating losses, and you just have to ride the wave and know that it's a long season, and you want to be playing your best football late.
You guys are doing that on a very regular basis. Last question here from Tone. Go ahead, Tone.
Fraves, I was wondering how it works as far as like when these pro days go and these coaches have dinner with the prospects. Like Matt Rule and Tomlin were at every single pro day together, but Tomlin was the one who had dinner with the quarterbacks every single night. Is that a seniority thing, or do they arm wrestle, or how it works?
I don't know. I've never been beat out for a dinner, so I just
so it is fighting.
It's
fighting.
all planning.
Okay, you fight.
I think it's all planning. My guess would be when you want to try to schedule a meeting, it's either it's the night before, or I'll grab you afterwards, or however it works.
All right, a couple quick ones here before we let you go and get back to work. We appreciate you. Was there ever a moment on that field in Baltimore where you thought, I'm going to have to beat the fuck out of Harbaugh right here?
No.
Okay.
Like that literally, that never crossed my mind.
Okay.
No.
I'm happy we
and
got
John
that
and I
cleared up.
laugh about it. John and I laugh about it. That was, that's something that I've told you that we've done. They did that before I got here. The visiting team gets called out of the tunnel. They boo. We break it down. I don't think anybody was doing anything intentional, not like something we did. And, somebody took offense to it, but that's how it goes.
Okay. Still willing to cut off Baby Maker, like you said on Bussin'?
Oh, I don't know. That's probably giving that some thought. I doubt it.
What if they could reattach it a year later?
Yeah, 1 year? Yeah, I'd do 1 year.
And last question, when are we paying Brett Kern $20 million a year?
Yeah, we're still looking at that. We did his contract here in the offseason, so I don't think it got quite to 20, but we'll see where it's at.
All right, good. Yeah, he deserves it. We appreciate you. Congrats on all the success. Thank you for the time. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, head
You guys
coach.
do a great job.
Oh, thank you, man. Head coach. So do you. Hey, so do you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, and those sprints hung over. Oh, man. I wish I was there. I'd have been right behind you.
Goodbye.
All right, see you, Coach Vrabel. Yes.
He should commemorate Madden this year and smoke a few darts on the sideline.
I agree.
Yeah, you want to honor the heroes or not?
Exactly.
Smoke a cig.
How about him being one of the more established head coaches now? He is synonymous with the Titans at this point. It is Vrabes' team. And just a couple years ago, it was like, oh, is this player going to be able to figure it out? And he's like, yes, immediately he's been able to figure it out. Getting to chat with him, it feels like he is always him. Yeah, AJ, that is the thing that is most awesome about Vrabel.
Yeah, he's always that. He's very authentic, I think. Sometimes more than other, not more authentic, but sometimes high energy. Sometimes he'll give you, he can give it a lot more than he did there. I think he's very professional here today.
He was, wasn't he? I mean, he did give some thought to cutting off his dick, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
1 year.
A year. Yeah.
Oh, man,
He could do a year for sure.
I mean, I do not remember that scene happening the way that you did whenever Taylor was bodying him. What a man. All right, let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side. Tiger Woods has fallen out of the top 5.
He had a bad bogey on the par 5 when he just had to get up and down for birdie. He bogeyed that.
Can't have it, Tiger.
Son of a bitch. Joaquin
Better
Neiman.
than a double.
Yeah, it is.
True.
I mean, a lot of things are better than like a triple, too. I mean, I guess we could just continue
Keep going
to do
quad.
that. Yeah, man. If he puts up a snowman there, that's
That'd be tough. Not good.
I think it's better than a 9. But I like the positive. Hey, AJ, you're always toxic.
Yeah.
Look at
Maybe
you,
glass
AJ.
half full.
It was very nice of you to do that.
Personal friend.
Joaquin Neiman, the slowest golfer on the course today. He chipped in from like 130 out or whatever.
that's unbelievable.
For an eagle.
Is he super slow?
We might be saying that strictly because we were trying to watch for our Super Boost, and it kept cutting to him, and Tiger's standing there, and we're like, all right, are we making this or not? We did win our Super Boost today, by the way.
Yeah, the first 3 holes, right? No bogeys?
Yeah, his first hole, he had to make like a 12-foot putt. He drained it. We're like, thank you, Tiger. Thank you, Tiger. And then on the third hole, he had to tap in. It was like 1.5 feet, 2 feet, and we were all literally just staring at the screen like, go ahead, put that fucker home.
Please.
Don't do it. So shout out to Super Boost.
Yeah. Lightning hot.
Super Boost has been hot.
Very.
And if we would have went with the Red Wings the other night to beat the Bruins, I mean, that thing could have got boosted.
Even hotter.
That was
super.
a guarantee.
I'm excited about what we're doing. All right, we're back in about 4 minutes. AJ, it's great to see you, pal. We're happy you're here.
Good to be here. Great day. Tiger, hopefully he wins this whole thing.
Yeah, we're hoping. He's teeing off right now on 10.
Yeah.
No, 1.
Oh, he started on the back?
No,
No, he's
No, he's on 10.
That was from last year. That's why.
Yeah, here we go. He's on 10.
Or 2020.
He's got like a 3-wood out, it looks like.
Nice little hybrid.
Nice and neat.
Par 4, 495. Tiger in the pink. Smooth swing.
Oh.
Fucking draw with a beauty. 162 mile an hour ball speed. Carry 268 yards. Curve 176 feet. Out driving these young bucks.
Wow.
Oosthuizen's ball just said, what was that? It was Tiger's ball rolling past, pal. Put a fucking Walmart in between them.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're back in 4 minutes. You all are the best. See you then. Bye.
Why is football the greatest sport on earth? And do you think football is the greatest sport on earth? And why do you like football?
That's a really deep question there, Pat.
I know. I think I'd get a good answer out of you, though. Like, I think you'd be able to talk about it in a way that I think a lot of people haven't, because you've been at the pinnacle of it for so damn long and inside of it, and your brain is a pretty fantastic one. We've learned here over the last few weeks, obviously. Last few weeks, that's it. That's all the time we've learned that.
I think it's the greatest sport in the world for one main reason. It is a true team sport where it is damn near impossible for one person to dominate an entire game. If you look at other team sports, basketball with 5 guys on the court, I think you've seen multiple players over the years. Maybe one player, maybe 1 or 2 players on a squad be able to dominate and win championships. Baseball, you can have a dominant pitcher and win championships. Soccer, you can have a dominant forward and or goalie. That seems to be a little more of a team sport, but you don't have 11 players engaged at the same time on every play. It is truly a sport reliant on every player on the field to do their job in order to be successful. And I think that's why at times, certain star players can get maybe too much credit and maybe too much blame on the flip side, because it does take so many players at the same time in 3 phases to win football games. And I think that's the beauty and the draw of our sport, is that something new happens all the time, because you are literally dealing with 11 humans on the field at one time who all have lives outside of football, and there's distractions, there's a reliance on coaching, there's a reliance on preparation, there's a reliance on diet and performance. I just think there's so many facets to it that you see something new every single week, and I think that's the beauty in our game. When it comes to the love that I have for it, it's rooted, and I think like any player who's played for a long time, the love is not just about our sport, it's about competition. And I think there's nothing in the world for me that fills that need and that hole I have like competition. I think players who play for a long time at a high level, you have that need to be satiated competitively, and it's a love of going out there and going against guys and being in an environment where you know that nothing is guaranteed. And that's why I, at times, have taken umbrage to people saying that it's easy, because it's not easy. It's never easy. And I think that's the beauty in our game, is that you see things new every single week. It's never easy. And your only thing you're guaranteed is the ability to compete. I love that aspect of it. I love competing. I love going out there and harnessing the fear of failure, where I think so many people who maybe don't love football as much, the root of that is a deep fear of failure, that you might go out there and your best might not be good enough, and that's not okay with you.
Oh my God. It's long. It's very long. Yeah, Smart. It's smart. That's very smart.
Stone Cold Steve Austin with another.
Hey, welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here on Tiger Woods Thursday, April 7th, 2022. He is back golfing somehow, walking somehow. It is fantastic. We just had Coach Vrabel on from the Tennessee Titans. He corrected a statement that he made on Bussin' with the Boys with Will Compton and Taylor Lewan. Although he did say at that time he would cut off his penis to win another Super Bowl, although he's a multi-time Super Bowl champion and has caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl and everything. He would like to do it as a coach. He is reconsidered, and he would take that if he could put it back on 1 year later, which AJ offered, which is nice. He would not do it forever, though.
Okay, good to know.
Okay, so we have
put it on the ticker.
Put it on the ticker. If he could get sewed back on 1 year later, he would do it.
Mm-hmm. Fully operational, though, right? It has to be fully operational once it comes back.
I believe when you said sewed back on, in his mind, he was like, all right, we're back to normal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Boom! Put that thing back on little baby Vrabs' back.
That's right. Just put it in a jar of pickle juice, for a year, and it'll
Just save it.
That's right.
Or maybe on some ice, like
freeze it.
Austin Powers.
That's right.
Get the mojo back.
Exactly.
I've lost my mojo. Yeah, I think that is what he was referring to. I would like to make an announcement that on this particular day, we do have a 20% off sale happening across our entire store at store.patmcafeeshow.com. All you got to use is the promo code BEER.
Wow, yeah.
There's a new shirt. It is me, obviously, dumping some Broken Skull IPA lager into my face after Stone Cold Steve Austin stunned me. Just a magical moment in my life. I believe my neck and teeth are still hurting to this day because of the stunner, but it's absolutely beautiful. 20% off whole store. If you haven't got anything, it's understandable. If you have bought something before, we appreciate the hell out of you. All you got to do is go to store.patmcafeeshow.com. Use promo code BEER.
It is official beer day too, right?
Yes, I believe it is National Beer Day.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's Throwback Thursday as well, so shout out to that.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to everything we got going on. We never push the store, mostly because anytime we do, people get pissed because how long it takes for them to get their shit.
Bingo.
So it's like, I don't want that drama in my life.
That supply chain.
The supply chain has always been a bitch for our store.
Yeah.
Well, and Evergreen fucked it up even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
That boat in the canal.
Suez.
Thank you.
Are we still dealing with issues from that?
Not a bad excuse, by the way, you could just make.
Yeah. How's our guy Guido doing?
He's doing well.
I'm about 10 seconds behind you guys.
Well, Tone is like 4 seconds in front of us. Yeah. And he's watching the same stream.
I just realized that. So.
Yeah, we're actually plugged into his stream on this TV, but there's a delay, just like there is from the ship to the dock to the trucks to us.
The warehouse.
We have a supply chain issue happening from Diggs's computer to the TV that we're watching. And although it's not as delayed as like a shirt would be from our store,
Right.
it is delayed a little bit for Diggs gets to see the outcome of the shot before we even see the son of a bitch get hit.
I will. I did not know that. I will put that in my notes and react accordingly.
Well, there's been a couple times where you got excited where I'm like, oh, something good's about to happen here. So play it. Play it. All right, let's go to the phones here at 5 Energy phone line on this glorious Thursday. I mean, what a day, AJ. Vrabes was awesome.
Yeah. I know. I wonder what his day looks like. We should have asked him, hey, like, off-season program hasn't started. What does it look like? What time you get there? What time you leave? Do you get to hang out with the coaches?
Dude, he was watching film, clearly, at the same exact time, off left. I was like, is that him disinterested, or is this what he would be doing it? I'm going to fucking still go. I had to balance whether or not he wanted that to end or if he was watching film.
Right.
But then, had to hammer out a couple more. I didn't hear him say Brett Kern's getting $20 million a year, but he did say he's going to pay him.
That's right.
They're working
Brett
on
deserves that thing. Let's go to Kenny in Tennessee. What's going on, Kenny?
Chesney.
Hey. Oh, sorry, fellas. Hey, fellas.
That might be.
Hey, what's going on, Kenny?
How's it going?
It's going.
Keep it going.
Good going.
Yeah, keep it going. All right, question. So, been keeping up with the beautiful graphics coming out of the back about the chances of who's going to win the AFC South.
Had a baby dirty.
As the offseason moves were made, y'all went up the board, y'all and the Colts. And now, y'all are favored to win. But before Vrabes came on, you said, sorry, that was my dog. Y'all said, yeah, the dog's just scratching his neck right next to you.
Yeah, the dogs are barking. You're the dogs now to win AFC South. That's what happens when you get an adult at quarterback, okay, pal? Jeez Louise. We bring
Is he still there?
Who, Matt Ryan?
No, the caller.
No, I hung up on him. Too many.
Dogs were barking.
He had a bog in his throat to start the whole thing, then a dog. But Kenny, we get the point. Because I did tell Vrabel that it's a different era now because the Titans are always favored. I completely forgot that the Colts are currently favored to win the AFC South. We didn't make the playoffs last year. Vrabel's probably utilizing that as motivation for the boys at some point, as should Kenny down there in Tennessee. It doesn't make much sense to me either. The Titans have proved that they can win with players, without players, whatever. The Colts have not done that yet, although Matt Ryan is our quarterback now, AJ.
Hey, where would the Colts odds have been if Carson Wentz was still on the roster?
Probably third, I think. No, it was second.
Plus 2,000.
Still would have been second. I think we'd have been plus 400 maybe, plus 450 or something like that. The interesting stat about Carson, he's the only quarterback change that happened where there was no odds moves.
Not up or down?
No.
Nope.
Just stayed the exact same. Boom. Carson Wentz shows up in his mustard suit, takes command, cuts a promo in a private plane, does his whole thing. He's excited to be here. Here we go. Odds did not move at all.
Nope.
Not a single thing. Matt Ryan shows up here in Indianapolis. Boom, goes straight up. Russell Wilson goes to Denver. Boom, straight up. Devontae Adams goes to the Raiders. It moves a little bit. Von Miller goes to Buffalo. It moves a little bit. I think that is more of a shot at Carson Wentz than anything we've ever said, because we are mostly hey, when Carson plays good football, it's awesome to watch show. It's just those other parts that I think the sports books and the line setters say he's going to have a lot more of that over in Washington than he did in Indianapolis.
Yeah, it basically says that they view him exactly the way they do Taylor Heineke, right? And I don't know if that's like a glowing endorsement.
Well, Taylor Heineke's a ball player.
Yeah,
Contracts
definitely.
are a little different, but
he's making like what, 1.18 million guaranteed or something. Carson's getting like 30.
Yeah, so a little different.
Well, Carson's definitely a starter.
Yeah.
Dolphins odds also went up with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, as soon as Tyreek Hill, it went up a little bit. That's the only quarterback change I think that we've ever seen since, following along as closely with sports gambling. Move, starter, no movement at all in the odds.
Yeah, it's absolute. I think the Colts definitely got better, though, like even before they got Matt Ryan, after they traded Carson Wentz.
Yeah, our odds got better to win once Carson Wentz
The
was
same
off.
thing happened with Baker. If Baker signs with somebody, do you think it changes anyway?
Like Carolina or Seattle?
Deshaun
Probably stays the same, right?
Yeah,
they went up with Deshaun. I think even the Steelers went up with Mitch.
Carolina, odds would get better with Baker.
I think so. It depends where he goes. Like Seattle will go up?
You'd have to think Drew Lock. I mean, you'd think it'd go up a little bit.
You would think.
Yeah.
But also that division's so
But
hard.
you would have thought when Carson signs a $30 million a year to take over the Commanders that it would have moved. And the sports books were like, nah, he's going to have to fucking show us. He's going to have to show us. Hour 3 is on the other side. We got no guests, just a lot of phone calls and some Masters chatter. Anything happens in the NFL, we'll keep you updated. We'll see you in about 6 minutes. You're the best. Cheers. I wonder, that was fucking home run.
Nailed it.
Yeah, opening day.
Hey, did you download Grand Slam Champion?
I have Grand Slam Champion. I'm just not fully
ready.
I need a payment method, all because I can't. I don't have FanDuel. I can't bet here with it, so I have to. I'm still in the process of getting all signed up.
Okay, I don't know anything about that. I do know my initial sign up to FanDuel was quite a process because not all banks are just cool with it. My bank is the fucking worst too, by the way. I won't put them on Front Street, but you all need to relax. It's my fucking money. Okay, all right. Oh, we're trying to protect you from you. Fuck you. I'll take all that money out of here and dig it in a fucking hole. Okay? Let me use my goddamn money. I've me and banks.
What fraud protection shutting it down before it goes through?
I don't even use my bank anymore. Like I don't even use it anymore because that's how much I just have the lack of faith that they are going to operate. Because I used to travel a lot for business or for anything. I'd get there, I'd put the card down for dinner, declined. Why is it declined? It's $65. I know how much fucking money is in there. Oh, I got a call. I'm sorry, we're trying to protect you. Oh, fucking thank you. Now I have to sit here for 2 hours. You actually just cut into my sleep for tomorrow. Is that protecting me or fucking hurting me? It's my goddamn money. Give it to me now.
Why don't you bring your cash home?
I'm on board.
PNC will treat you right.
Is there enough PNCs?
Oh, yeah.
Is there?
Oh, yeah. All over the place.
Oh, yeah.
This bank
Good
here
bank.
is amateur hour.
PNC will treat you right.
We got all of our accounts in there. It's like, these sons of bitches. I get so angry. I get so mad. So mad. Like, I'll try to buy like a bottle of water or something, like decline.
Fraud protection.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
I'm with you, man. We have to switch. Like it happens all the time where they try to shut our card down. I'm like, absolutely not. Do not shut my card down and send me another one because I already have this thing set up on auto pay for many different stuff. Like it's a pain.
No, but they're protecting you. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell them, hey, don't worry. I got it.
I'll protect me. Okay, you just fucking hold the money and let me use my goddamn card. Because if these hackers want to get my money, guess what? They can get it.
Yeah.
And everybody needs to know that. If these hackers want you, they can get whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. That's just how it goes. Literally. They're so talented, these fucking hackers these days. They're starting at like 13.
Oh, yeah.
By the time
They're only going to get better and better, too, as these kids
Yep.
grow up doing it. Jeez, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, thank God these banks won't let me buy dinner for the boys in Atlanta. You know what I mean? That's going to stop some hacker from getting
Sons of
It's so
bitches.
mad. I can't believe we just got to the bank. I hate these fucking people.
Well, I mean, after this Tiger Woods win, I don't know if we'll even have to use bank anymore.
Well, you're right. Because we're just going to be swimming in it, you're saying?
Goddamn right.
But with that follow-up, setup is always a nightmare. So I understand what you were talking about. Yeah. But you need to get in there. Grunt. Hey, if you don't get in there soon, though, I mean, Ty's scoring over 300 every time. And that is a very, very, very good score. He's going to run you right out of the stadium on Grand Slam.
Oh, on Grand Slam. So has Ty won a lot of money already?
I've won a decent amount of money on Grand Slam champion. Yes.
There's $500
like tournaments
almost. Too that you can get into.
Those are all skill levels.
There's some very good players on there.
Exactly. So a lot of greenhorns will get in there thinking they might, and then you know, it's like, oh, this guy's in 100th place. You just wasted $2.40. But
see you later, pal. I'm here for the 500. You're here for the fucking embarrassment. Welcome to the Thunderdome on Grand Slam champion. It's a good game. You can get good at it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are you guys still as locked in as you were yesterday?
I will say that much like most video games, I have kind of stepped it back, but that's going to cost me.
Yeah.
When I get back in there, me not being in there is going to cost me in my first couple games. The boys are still all the way locked.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to have a conversation with a couple of them this morning, and they were paying attention, but there was a lot of fucking double. I need a single there.
Yeah, I actually had to put a moratorium on myself. Hey, no more Grand Slam champion after midnight. Can't do it.
Kept you up all night again?
No, last night. I mean, I said about 10 times, and we're like, okay, this is my last game. And then just kept saying, if I gotta play one more. And then it got to midnight, and I was like, okay, I really need to fucking
play about 30 games.
The thing is called FanDuel Face Off, and it is an app available in 30 different states. Even if you don't have FanDuel Sportsbook in your state, you probably have FanDuel Face Off.
Yes.
And it's a problem.
It's top tier.
It is hard not to play it, though.
Very
possible.
It's like it's a phone video game, but you're actually playing against other people for money. So it's much better than any phone video game that you play.
For sure.
And they're going to have more games like rolling out over the next. That might be their winner.
Yeah, genius.
Yeah. Their sportsbook tech is better than everybody else's. It never crashes. It's always good. They got all more to bet on now. Some of the odds that they give us to boost. But they're trying to beat us just like we're trying to beat them. So we got to keep that, you know what I mean? We got to keep that shit talk thing going there. But this whole FanDuel face-off, I don't know if anybody else can be able to get it done as well as they got it. All right, hour 2 starts in about a minute and a half, AJ. You're breaking news, right?
Yeah, Travolta and Nick Cage, I think. Didn't FanDuel Face Off get them to do a promo thing for it?
All right,
That's good.
That's a movie.
That's good.
We're back in a minute. We'll see you for hour 3. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that'd be good advertisement, although they don't need it. It'd be boots on the ground, word of mouth on his FanDuel face-off is going to...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's going to go.
All right, we'll see you in about a minute. You all are the best for hour 3, and what a putt by Scotty Scheffler. See you in a minute. Yeah! Did you see that? That's what I thought. I'll stick you at all these gloves.
Yeah, you grab
I'll
that.
stick you at all. Yeah! These gloves are just like so slick. They're so slick, it's hard to catch stuff. Shit! It's so difficult to catch stuff. I don't know how these kids are doing it. You know, I have no idea.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back. Hour 3 on this. Tiger Woods is golfing currently at the Masters Thursday, April 7th, 2022. We shall begin now. Can't thank you enough for joining us. Scotty Scheffler just rolled one in from about 10 feet. He's looking good. All the guys are golfing rather well right now, it feels like. Haven't seen many complete clusterfucks on the course or freakouts. Congrats to all the boys golfing and everybody that's there watching. It feels whole again
Yes, it
to
does.
see that place packed out down there in between the azaleas.
The azaleas and got Magnolia Lane and all the beautiful
Pink
pink dogwoods flowers down there. It's all beautiful.
Yeah.
And when Tiger's there, it's just you woke up this morning, there was a little bit more excitement than
A little bit more pep in your step?
Yeah.
Oh, buzz.
I think I'm finally caught
Just
up.
a little?
No, a lot of. I mean, I saw you put the red Nike on for the Tiger.
It's changed everything. Yeah, if Tiger wasn't playing, yes, this would be a huge deal. But now it's like, hey, what's everybody doing? They're trying to find a way to watch Tiger.
Golf is so thankful for Tiger Woods. I mean,
Yes.
I understand that, there's probably some haters in the golf community of Tiger Woods because Anytime you're the Lakers, the Yankees, the Patriots, you're going to have people that hate you. But goddamn, it's impossible not to watch if Tiger Woods is golfing. Because if you're a sports fan, a fan of athleticism, a fan of competition, you have no idea when the last time. He's probably going to golf for another 20 years.
Yeah.
But you have no clue when the last time you're going to watch him go on a run. And it brings up the nostalgia when I was a kid and you first watched him. And those fairways used to get flooded with drunks chasing him. And it's like, that could happen yet again. And he's laying the groundwork to go into the weekend in a good spot. This is all systems go for Tiger right now. And a lot of people are talking about him withdrawing because he's not going to be able to handle it. That's all he's thinking about, I bet, while he's walking through all these motherfuckers didn't think I'd get to 11, 12, 13, 14. The self-motivation that's happening in between Tiger's ears, I bet is very loud right now.
Oh, I heard some people, or I saw some people on Twitter saying, oh, that walk down that hill on number one looked rough for him, or that walk up the hill. I'm like, yeah, of course. But I think he's kind of calculated this, and he figures he can absolutely maneuver his way around this course.
It's actually very calculated.
Yeah, it's quite calculated. Cerebral.
Par 4, 520. He's got the driver out again.
Tell me when he hits it exactly.
What's that, pal?
He just did.
Okay.
Ball's rolling.
He still doesn't hit on my screen.
Okay.
Why
He
did they
just
not have
landed in the
tracker?
fairway. Great draw.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a
great
beautiful
draw.
shot. He's
Yeah,
probably
they didn't have
about
the tracker
200
multiple
out.
times on him. What is that?
What's that, pal?
The tracker hasn't worked a few times on tee shots for Tiger. They haven't had it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's actually been kind of obnoxious. I'm like, what the fuck?
You can do it on your phone now, can't you? I think you have apps where you can legit film someone swing and you can do the tracker.
Yeah, I think my wife got one of those things for me. There's like I think there's a ground thing you put down, you hit off of, and then a phone app.
A TrackMan? You got a TrackMan?
I don't know if it's
they use that for simulators, and like you set it up behind it where the ball is.
Yeah,
The
but you
pros
don't
do
need
it on the range. They bring it out.
Yeah, you don't even need a simulator.
No.
I think you just hit it into a net. Like
Yeah.
you don't need the full simulator or whatever.
Yeah.
The igloo, by the way. Has anybody talked about the simulator going into the igloo? I don't think so. That's kind of been forgotten about. We need to get that in there.
Yeah, that is definitely a necessity.
100 and some days out from the igloo debut in AJ.
Okay.
121. You said there's a countdown, right?
Yeah, there's a countdown in there to keep everybody on task.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
It's how many days?
How many days since the last accident?
0. No. 20.
20.
The John Deere broke down.
Oh, yeah.
Smoked everybody out of the igloo.
The fuck's that about, Ty?
I don't know about that.
No, it did.
I thought it broke down. I mean, driving a John Deere from 1957. You know, I thought we could maybe get you in.
I thought
nothing.
What?
They never died.
No, yeah, nothing runs like a deer. But listen, have you seen the fucking 2022 model?
So, I mean, I assume that the construction company didn't say, you know what, we're going to go spend $700,000 on the newest John Deere. We got this one from 1989 that told us it would work for another 60 years. Yeah. And here it is in the middle of the igloo, like smoking everybody out of there.
And I know you'd think that, but here's the most insane part. Deers are actually incredibly affordable. The new line of machinery, you'd think, you're spending $700K. I mean, I took a peek-see last night. I was like, shit, I might buy the whole 2022 lineup.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, if it runs like a deer.
What else do you need?
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Big Worm in Tulsa. What's going on the 5-Hour-Energy phone line? Go to 5hourenergy.com. Use promo code McAfee to receive 10% off. Tiger's walking down the fairway beautifully, comfortably, strolling at his own pace, all by himself because the Tiger likes to eat alone.
That's
right. What do you want to talk about, Big Herm?
How's the family, Pat?
Hey, Big Herm, how's your family doing, huh?
Oh, it's doing well. Hey, Tiger's going to win this thing. I wanted to ask you, well, first off, I want to give you a big shout out because I watched the first WrestleMania I've watched in maybe 20 years. And
my God.
You stole the show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to ask you, how's it feel to take the last Stone Cold Stunner ever?
Yeah, Big Herm, I appreciate that. Great question. Thanks for watching. Hope your family's doing fantastic. I don't know if that's his last one ever, right? He looked good.
Yeah, he looked good.
He looked good. Steve looked very, very, very good. He had his match against KO on Saturday night, and he was running up and down.
Yeah.
And there was no, gas at all. I was thoroughly impressed with how much Steve Austin was in incredible shape. Arms yoked up, neck ready to go. He was running all over the place and looked like he was having a time of his life. Imagine if he's back. I mean, that would be amazing. Now, if this is the last stunner that we ever see, what an honor. What an honor. You know, my neck still hurts, AJ. Still hurts. Look at him.
That's my favorite part right there.
Just having the time of his life, picks up Vince's shoe. Get that son of a bitch out of here. Oh, I love that man. And he dumps a beer on me here as he's jogging to the corner. I think that is when it got in my ears. Yeah, right here. He starts dumping a beer on me. I'm like, all right, I'll get the hell out of here. I rolled off to the side and just fell off of the ring. It was, what a magical moment. It just, beer exploded from my body as I hit the bottom there. I have a couple photos from the back. I might have ran into Steve afterwards, and my hair is just drenched. And it's not sweat. That is not sweat. It is just beer all over it. I literally had to get, oh my God, I got fucking beer in my ear. That's why I don't go swimming, because my ears just drink liquids, dude. I don't know what that's all about. What a moment. I'm very, very lucky to be a part of all of that, AJ. I haven't really taken it all in yet.
I mean, I could see it may take a little while for you to wrap your head around everything that happened. But Stone Cold looked awesome. I saw him the first night when he came out, and he had his program with Kevin Owens. I thought maybe they may do something short, like, okay, Stone Cold hasn't wrestled forever. This dude put on a 30-minute match, I feel like, and was all over the arena.
All over the arena.
I couldn't believe it.
He took a suplex, I believe, on the stage.
Yeah.
It was banana land, dude. I'm putting 500
He put old buddy on. He rode him tandem on the four-wheeler and rode him up the ramp.
Yeah, he did. Well, that's how we got to get up there quickly, because he had him down, so he had to ride him up there fast. Him lapping the ring wide open on that thing was awesome. Because normally it's like awkward and uncomfortable because it's not really. You could tell that he literally, that is his probably, and he is on that every single day. Very comfortable on the quad. We call it a quad. Does everybody else call it an ATV, right?
Four-wheeler, quad, ATV.
Side by side is the one with the driving, right? You're able to wheel that thing a little bit.
We call it a quad.
Quad was our thing, yeah.
I thought that's what a quad was. With the wheel and the
side by side.
Those are called side by sides out here in the Midwest. I'd never seen one of those before coming out here, by the way.
Quad in Canada as well.
Quad is the
ATV.
The thumb?
Yeah.
Okay. I almost killed Nick in one of those side by sides back in the woods one time.
You tip it?
Like a dune buggy?
Close.
He tried. He was ripping around those woods. That was pretty impressive.
I was going for it. I was told those things can handle whatever. So I'm a fishtailer. Everybody knows I enjoy doing that type of stuff. And I had a beer in my left hand, and I was driving with my right hand, and Nick's sitting shotgun. And there was a tree that I think I tried to come around, and then all of a sudden that son of a bitch got up on two wheels. Oh no, we got to flip that back. So then it gets on two wheels this way. I immediately, this is when I'm in the NFL, stick my left leg out.
Oh no.
Try to push that thing back up. That didn't help. But then it goes back on, and then whoa, we stop. And then obviously I have to have a drink. Don't flip that thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, keep your fucking leg inside of that thing. What are you doing? I'm like, well, did I flip it? No.
You can snap my neck, Pat, but keep the leg intact, please.
It's very nice. Everybody look out for me. Tiger Woods looks to be about 190 out, it looks.
Gorgeous
Position, eh?
He's laying up again, huh?
No, he's
Hopefully the weather picks up and the guys in the afternoon have a tougher course to play.
The wind is supposed to pick up.
Here we go.
It's like soft and no wind, so they should be scoring right now.
Tomorrow's supposed to be very windy.
Hey, you walked around this course last year. How miserable was that with the no phone, getting lost, and doing the whole I'm with a bunch of Richie Ups around here?
That was all right, man, because I knew the deal going in. I knew I wasn't going to have it, so I'm okay with that. I told you, once I settled in, like, hey, this is what my experience is going to be. I'm here solo, wearing a mask, unless I'm drinking beers.
What?
And I once I realized that, and I just accepted it, I enjoyed myself.
How many beers did you drink?
What?
Not that many, but I tried to. The biggest pain in the ass was trying to save the collector's cup they give them to you. So I was stacking them and trying to carry them with me for 9 hours straight.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
Did you have the cheese sandwich or no?
Pimento
cheese?
No, get out of here with that garbage. I had everything else they have though.
Egg salad?
No, definitely not that either. But I had they had
That's
great.
all they have.
The two most
That's all they
popular
have.
items.
Great. I don't like pimento cheese. Have fun. Go eat one of those, bud. Sounds good.
I won't. That's why I didn't go.
The ice cream sandwich.
There's all different kinds, like, I don't know, peanuts, cashews, sandwiches. I had a lot of stuff.
Go to a baseball game? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, that's not the masters we've heard of. We've heard pimento cheese and egg salad sandwiches.
Yeah,
that's all they.
Both of those.
Huh?
They have both of those, but they also have chicken sandwiches. They have other stuff too.
Oh, I didn't know
chicken
that.
sandwich.
Whoa,
Yeah.
kayfabe, dude. I didn't know that type of stuff's in there.
A secret menu, AJ?
Yeah, for shoot, man, it was good.
Did you see? There you go. Did you see any famous people while you're walking around?
Good prices.
I don't think so.
Oh, how about the Masters Club? I bet that is delicious.
Oh.
You ordered the grilled chicken wrap and took the wrap off immediately. That's what you ate. 10 of
No,
those.
I eat wraps.
You must have been hammered then.
Whole wheat.
Master's Blend fresh brewed coffee.
I think I had one of those too.
Yeah, sausage biscuit, chicken biscuit,
Turkey and cheese on wheat. I had one of those.
I can't believe those beers aren't $16.
domestic beer, $4.
Well, that's their thing. Like, hey, our concession's cheap. That's what they do.
Hey, you guys paid $4,000 to get in here and walk around, so our concessions are cheap. It's like an all-inclusive. We talked about it yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to Bryce in Louisiana. What's going on, Bryce?
Hey, Pat, AJ, boys, how you doing?
Keep moving, iron by you.
With all the golf talk and the Masters starting, I was just wondering if since you took your dub at WrestleMania, if you're going to start preparing to take AJ's money for the PGA bet.
Bryce, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, that's a good question, Bryce.
AJ, people ask me what the future looks like. Okay? Like, what are you going to do in the future? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm going to do my show, for the time being. But after this, I'm going to be a professional golfer because there's $20 million on the line. I will be a golfer until I get that $20 million, and then we will figure out what's next after that. AJ, you're in deep shit. I'm moving into this igloo like 100-some days. There's going to be a simulator in there that we have not talked to anybody yet, but we'll be able to figure that out. There's going to be a simulator in there. I'm going to be getting better every single day. Your money is as good as mine. Would you like a buyout after watching me watch these guys golf? And
No chance. No, I don't want a buyout. I'm not going to ever ask for a buyout. What do you have? How many years do you have left to do this?
31.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. The clock is ticking, bud.
31 years.
And
your body's only getting older. These young kids are just dominating the PGA Tour, ready to transition to the Champions Tour and dominate you if you go there. If you try to go to the PGA Tour, there's 4-year-olds right now hitting 6,000 balls a day.
50. 49 of them need to beat me. 50 of them need to beat me on one given day. That ain't going to happen.
Guy's going to be playing 72 holes a day here starting, in about 100 days. He might be ready by, a year from now.
There was a math teacher that just fucking quit and then became a pro, won an event 1 year later, dude.
He did. You're right. He was also a pro before that.
Well, he's a terrible one. He's still fucking being a math teacher.
I think we should think about having AJ put that $20 million into escrow because what's to say he doesn't squander it by that time?
That is true. How do we know that? Fuck.
Nah, we talked about this yesterday. You're not making money on my money. I want to make money on my money.
Well, you better put that $20 million somewhere because guess what, pal? It's coming this way.
Yeah.
I was making putts yesterday, too.
Very confident.
Really? After watching Tiger Woods with a 3/4 swing, kind of slicing dice on the Masters weekend here, you're very confident?
Anything I watch professionals play golf has zero impact or zero thought on how I think you're going to do.
I'm going to sandbag so hard out of Lake Tahoe, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to pick up
Actually, you know what? I'm going to sandbag, too. If I play bad, it's definitely because I'm sandbagging.
Bingo. I'm not even going to pick up the
when
clubs.
I play bad, I should say.
I'm not even going to pick up the clubs before Tahoe, so I can say it's my first round of the year.
Smart. Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm just going to keep it. I might bring the unduffable. The unduffable might make it back onto a course. You know what I mean?
Dude, if we play together, let me use it.
All right.
No, your hands won't work. It'll fuck up the club.
Hey, where are you staying for that? I feel like I am fucked. There's nothing available.
Yeah, I think that the house situation's tough. I don't know yet. I mean, they give you a room, at least one. You can get more, but yeah, I don't know yet.
And with that lineup, I'm bottom of the barrel. I'm getting a fucking double bed.
They're all the same. All the rooms are the same. They're sweet. The rooms are nice. They both have each room has two full bathrooms, which I love. It's not like big suites, but just a normal room that's nice, but 2 full bathrooms, all of the place where they put us.
Is there a balcony?
I have not had one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the window's open. I don't know. There's probably a balcony somewhere.
Because my vitamins I need.
Yeah. Maybe you would stay in like Nevada.
It's legal in both states.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't just smoke inside the hotel room.
You might be able to. What if you got a smoking room? I got a smoking optional room one time and smoked cigars the whole time.
That still happens in 2022?
In Vegas, in a room that was unbelievable. I actually watched you at the draft from this room in Vegas smoking a cigar. My brother's super pissed because I'd smoked 4 cigars as soon as we got in this room because we were checking into this charity golf thing. And they said, your room's not ready, but the only room we have right now is smoking optional. And I instantly said, yep, that's it. We got it.
Give us the one that smells terrible, please. Please.
I'd never had one. I walked in. The room was massive, multiple bedrooms, huge room, and I smoked 6 cigars before midnight.
All right, let's go. We love that about you, by the way. Let's go to Turnbro in Dallas on the 5-hour Energy phone line. What's going on,
How you doing?
Hey, Turnbro, keep it moving. All right, here we go. Coming in hot.
Yeah, how you doing, Boston Connor, you bum?
Oh,
dude, come on!
Fuck it, you fucking loser.
Fuck!
I see you got Leah Thomas on the show. No, I'm joking.
Who's that? Is that
But
Connor?
I was gonna
Who's
ask
that?
you.
What the hell?
The Dallas Mavericks. They have Luka Doncic. He's not getting
Can't
considered
turn, bro.
in-
Turn, bro. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Jeez
What
Louise.
Turn, bro.
That
Turn,
guy's a
bro.
terrible human.
Grow up, Peter Pan.
Count
Count
Chocula.
Chocula.
1, 2.
Wedding Crasher. That was incredible. That was a really good reference there. I believe that's from that, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty good. Tiger Woods off the green a little bit.
He's been coming up short.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Well, that's because he's playing a new style. He's not
On
hitting-
purpose. They've said he leaves it below the hole.
Well, yeah.
I like the turtleneck thing. I like that we're potentially moving into an era where we don't have to wear the stupid polo shirts.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
He's been trying to do that for a couple years now.
I'm not a big the polo shirts. I'm not a fan of. My body's not built for
I don't
it.
think you'd like that hugging your neck though either, would you?
Well, because my tan. You know, I don't like the tan.
Oh, sure.
Tan line. Because it also creeps down here if you don't button.
There's a
all the
picture
way.
of a caddy going around walking out there. Oh.
Yeah, I saw his chest dot.
Is that Guido's caddy?
Stevie used to do that. Tigers guy would have no shirt and he had it buttoned down like his belly button.
I'd be sweating in that white onesie.
Oh, yeah.
Right through it. Tiger for Bird here. Off the green.
Come on, Tiger.
Come on, Tiger.
Find it, Tig.
Come on, Eldrick. Little bump and run. Hangs it high.
Ooh.
Coming in hot.
Hit a Haas. Hit a Haas.
Oh, that's good lag. Guy's got a good feel around the green right
He
now.
does.
People are in trouble if he starts making those. Riley in Illinois, what's going on, pal?
How you doing?
Keep moving.
Hey, I had a question. To go back to the Seahawks. I'm in Illinois, but I'm from Seattle. Just wondering if we get Baker Mayfield, is that going to make any sort of difference on our likelihood to win the division? The NFC West is stacked.
What do you think?
I don't think Baker can win enough games, especially in the division. We got to play Rams twice. We got to play the 49ers twice.
Right.
We got to play Arizona twice.
Right.
It's just not going to happen, right? Would that even change our likelihood of winning?
So he's saying, is he better than Drew Lock enough to win over there? AJ, what are your thoughts?
It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would think your odds would go up a little bit. If Baker signs, you have a better chance of winning. I don't know how much it goes up, but yeah.
Hey, we talked about this earlier with DK Metcalf. Allegedly, the Seattle Seahawks are not answering calls on trading for him with these rookie contract.
That just means you got to offer more.
Well, that's that, or you just got to wait until they are answering calls. But follow up, the way that teams who want a player or agents that want a player out of there sell to the current team is, hey, you're not going to be able to pay him next year, so you're going to lose him. You might as well get like a third-round pick or whatever. You're not going to get anything for him if you let him. You're going to get another fucking season out of him, right? Like, that is something that seems to get forgotten. Like, oh, no, yeah, we want 1,200 yards from him next year, actually. That's what we are paying him for. It feels like that whole, you can get a third-round pick or a second-round pick for this guy, and you're not going to have to pay him, which you're not going to anyways. This is best for both parties. I understand how that's good business, and, like, you can believe that. But also, your team's worse without DK Metcalf. Like, that is just an immediate. And Diggs said, well, the Seattle Seahawks aren't going to win the Super Bowl next year anyways, with DK or without DK. So why would you not want to at least get something for him? I guess that's a fascinating situation that I'm not sure how I would handle it as a general manager, AJ.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think any GM, anybody goes into any season thinking like we can't win the Super Bowl. Even the worst team still feels like, hey, if we – you know what? We have a good camp. We keep our head down. We stay focused. Like, we can put something together and we can get hot at the right time. I think everybody feels that way, and they should probably.
Joe Thomas told us that every single season he played for the Browns, even the one where they got completely defeated, and even the one where they almost got completely defeated, and the other one where they almost got completely defeated. He thought in his mind and in his heart going into the season, which is what every player has to feel, every coach has to feel, that they were a gravy train with biscuit for wheels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He thought they were going to win the Super Bowl, and then once they get to like week 7, week 8, it was like, all right, now start playing in the offseason time, I guess. We are the first team ruled out. That is a real thing, though. You have to have a belief that your squad will win, although the Seattle Seahawks have to have a little bit of self-awareness in knowing that we don't really have a quarterback yet that's proven. We don't really have a leader of our defense without Bobby Wagner. We're in a little bit of a turnover, but Pete Carroll is 70 years old. They'll get themselves believing and fighting going into it. But maybe the DK Metcalf move will be a smart one for them to make. I don't know.
I forgot that every team does think that they're going to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, every fan base too.
Yeah,
true.
DK is worth a couple wins. Like it's not like with him or without him they'll win 4 games. It feels like if they at least have him, they'll win more than 5 or 6 games.
But don't you think they're also probably pretty realistic going in? They look at the quarterbacks out there. It's like, okay, well, the guy we have isn't one of the best, the top 6 quarterbacks in the division.
Who, Drew?
In the conference, yeah.
No, they like Drew.
They like him, but I think, they're kind of forced to like him at this point.
What if they make a move up for a rookie quarterback and they are rebuilding, and then that's probably a quicker way to get DK out of there. Hey, Tyler Lockett also getting paid. He's over there.
A lot of money.
Keenan Allen was allegedly on the move strictly because of Peter Schrager looking at the salary cap situation for the Chargers after they paid Mike Williams. He assumed Keenan Allen, who's due like $20 million, he might be on the block. Schrager came on our show today and said he has been told by the Chargers that is not the case. He's sticking around. So some of these contract moves that everybody's expecting, I'm not sure they're going to take place. And when will be the next line or the next time of movement, you think? Is it after the draft?
Possibly during the draft, we could see 1 or 2 big name guys get packaged with a pick or whatever. Something we didn't ask Braves. Braves was traded during the draft to the Kansas City Chiefs from the Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said
Something
later
like
in my career, as I got worse and I got traded. What do you think Mark Murphy meant whenever he said it could get interesting? What does that mean for Mark Murphy? He's going to draft another quarterback? He's going to try to
probably. Are they going to trade up into the first again as high as they can and get another quarterback?
They fucking better not.
They're going to tell them?
Cut someone's head off if they do. But that is interesting.
Whoa. Murder.
Well, maybe my own. I didn't specify whose head I'd cut off. Maybe just my own. Because that would not be
That'll
good.
take a while.
But also, when Schrags was talking about...
That's a slow death.
Yeah, that is a slow death. That would be pretty brutal. But he was talking about how...
Don't do that, by the way. I hope you're okay.
I'm over it. I won't do it
Don't even
anymore.
try that.
Don't even attempt it.
But with how many receivers potentially could go in the top 15, it is possible that the Packers are forced to move up, so they're not just kind of like the odd men out and end up not getting any of these receivers who are supposed to be so good this year.
The Colts also need a receiver.
Sure.
So are we going to have to make a move to get up in there? Because I was looking at Schraig's mock, and Schraig talks to everybody in the league. I have access to everybody. This is not me reading 40s and scouting bodies. This is me just talking to people about what they're thinking and what they're thinking other people are thinking. And he doesn't have the first wide receiver going for a while. But then once
Did he copy off of Mitt?
So a lot of people are saying that everybody's been piggybacking on Mitt's Kenny Pickett to Carolina.
That's right.
A lot of people saying Mitt was the first one out there. But, I mean, if Daniel Jeremiah is looking at Mitt's mocks, shout out to Mitt. Dude.
Shout out Mitt.
That boy Mitt.
Schrags, I don't believe, saw Mitt's mock, but he needs to look at it going into his second one. Tiger looks comfortable teeing that ball up, by the way. Sometimes whenever I'm a little sore, hungover, I can't get the ball to stay on the tee.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger hasn't had any of that this year.
Your hand shake a little bit?
Get a little, Like, come on, what the fuck, dude?
Ray's Creek down there is high. A lot of storms last night.
Is this Amen Corner?
Yeah.
It is.
It's kind of a pretty basic, shitty-looking par 3, but...
I don't know. Doesn't look that basic.
Well, because there's a pond there? I mean...
The Flyers?
I don't even really have
pretty
a
nice.
tee box. I mean, it's beautiful, obviously.
Gorgeous
it's very well
ball.
kept. It's gorgeous, but...
In the hole.
Greenfield's pretty narrow.
It is.
Yeah, very much so.
Let's get to a break.
Good ball, Tiger.
Tiger's playing well. I just bet 500 on him. He's a plus 4,100. I'll win 21,000
It's pretty good.
when he wins this thing.
Oh, that's
Good return.
tasty.
Tasty little treat
Yeah,
there.
well done.
Thank you. I found that mid-conversation earlier. Scotty Scheffler for birdie on the 10th.
Scotty's the world number 1.
He is.
He's a hell of a player. I had no idea who he was earlier. Bland White, I said. It's a world number 1 golfer.
Yeah, a lot of meat left on that bone, though.
Yeah, he's going to have to knock that one in there, stay at 2 under. How about
Joaquin
Neiman?
Joaquin Neiman?
Hey, where's old Zalatoris? He tees off later?
Yeah, I think so.
They're still teeing off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Neiman, 2 under.
Tiger's the last group.
Good pose on this at Amen Corner.
Tomorrow, Tiger tees off late.
Does he?
They always go, you go opposite, so morning late or early late, late early.
Where's SmackDown tomorrow? Milwaukee.
Ooh.
This has been a really long 2 weeks here. Because I haven't had an off. Like, I woke up this morning and found out it was Thursday. That was crazy to me.
Our 4 days in Dallas might have been the longest we've ever had.
That might have been a month in Dallas.
You think the week before was you were in Brooklyn and Connecticut and all that.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long 2 weeks. Saturday is going to be a hell of a Masters nap.
Oh, yeah.
Hell of a Masters nap on Saturday.
You think Aaron will come see you in Milwaukee?
Yeah, he's the owner. The Bucks.
Where is he? Have you talked to him? Is he good?
Yeah, he's alive.
Oosthuizen is not. He just put in the water. We're back and forth with some phone calls and more updates from the Masters. What a beautiful Thursday it is. I found out it was Thursday this morning. I'm sure a lot are like that. He was 10 yards short.
Yeah.
That guy's starting to really lose it.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, Oosthuizen, don't let the Tiger effect get to you, pal. That guy couldn't walk 500 days ago. He's on the green. That has to be a bit humbling whenever you're sitting next to him. Who's beating me? The guy that they thought were going to be paralyzed just a couple of days ago.
Better reassess.
We're back in 4. This is the Pat McAfee Show, Thursday, April 7th.
So I'm going to give my weekly story when Pat comes on.
Yes.
Here we go.
So this is my bedtime story right now.
There's a couple refs that you just have it out for, or they have it out for you. And I'm like, before the game, I get the paper, I look, I see who the referees are. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to get a penalty called against me for sure in this game. And so I'll just say this: Bill McCreary.
Wild Bill.
We
Wild
fucking
Bill.
hate that guy, dude.
No, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. And I run into him actually in Pittsburgh all the time. So I'm playing in New Jersey, and Bill, there's like the other team trips one of our guys, like a blatant call that's missed. I stand up on the bench. What you do just to be an asshole. I stand up on the bench, take my stick over the board, just boom, 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 boom. I mean, you can hear it through the arena, right? Just boom, boom, boom. Like, come on. It shows him up, right? Come on. And all of a sudden I see Bill just look across. He goes, boom. And he's got like this heavy mustache like this. His mustache, he's just eyeballing me across the way. And he looks at me. I'm standing up. I'm banging my stick. I'm like, fuck you. Whatever. So then the play goes on, and I'm tying my skates. I'm on the bench. I'm going like this. I bend down. I'm tying my skates. So like the top of the boards is right here. My head's down. TV timeout. All of a sudden, I hear, shh. Someone stops right here. And I look up, and Bill McCreary's like eyeball to eyeball with me. And he goes, are you showing me up? You want to fucking go? You want to go? And he goes like this. I swear to God, he goes like this. He backs away from me. Let me grab my mic. He backs away from me from the bench. And he goes like this. Come on. And I stand up and I go, Bill, are you challenging me to a fucking fight? I'm like, you asshole, you think I can't? If I fight you, I'll never play a game in this league again. He goes, let's go. Come on, let's go, tough guy. And I'm like, my mind is going like in circles. I'm like, do I fight this guy? Like, come back. Or what am I supposed to do? He totally won. He knew I couldn't do anything. And I'm just like, I just got to him. I was like, you know what? I'm like, fuck you. And I sat down, and then it was like, I was like, he totally just dominated me right there. And then the next game we played, I was taking the opening face-off of the game. He's dropping the puck. He's standing there before the puck drop. I look at him. He looks at me. I look at him. He looks at me. And then finally, I go, hey, Bill. I go, Billy, let's bury the hatchet, man. I'm sorry. I got away from myself last game. I got away from myself last game. Like, this isn't, I don't treat referees like that. And he goes, no, I did too. I let the heat of the moment get the best of me. All right, man. Truce. All right, cool. Truce. Drops the puck by the end of the first period. We're fuck you.
This seems to be a thing with you.
I run into him all the time. He's a great dude, but that's how it is, man. He's got to fight his fights out there too to save face.
Oh, Rob,
should I have fought him? Probably not.
I mean, pretty good content. You fight a ref, but also like probably banned forever. I assume.
Yeah, probably.
First hour. We talk sports and rock. Yeah. With AJ Hawk. Yeah. This is not a mock. Yeah. Of a song that's rock. Yeah. Sports talk and rock with AJ Hawk. Yeah. Rock.
Yeah. AJ Sports and talking on the rock. Yeah. The bone. Yeah. Go on home with AJ Hawkins rock. Yeah. Sports. Yeah. Talk. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here on this glorious Masters and MLB opening day. Thursday, April 7th, the Chicago Cubs are up 1-0, I believe.
No, 0-0 still.
They got a hit, though.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hot bats.
Baseball has started.
Yeah,
Go Cubs,
can't wait.
go.
161 games to go.
Bad idea to go against Tiger Woods' return to golf at the Masters, but
that's Wrigley, baby.
Baseball's going to do what baseball's going to do. We have the results of our PMS Bracket Bonanza 2.0. 33,000 people entered, and these three came out on top. In third place, Crispy Lee, 23 with 150 points, has won an autographed Baby Dude. Okay. In second place, Dahn scored 154 points. That'll win a lunch with Mitt and an autographed Baby Dude. Okay. And in first place at Vautour, who all had Kansas to win this thing, 157 points, wins one whole Bitcoin. Sorry about it. If you can prove that you are Vautour, Tore Down, or Crispy Lee 23, email giveaways at patmcafeeshow.com ASAP with proof of your win. It'll be double, triple, and quadruple checked to make sure that is the case. Congrats to our winners, and thanks for competing in our PMS Bracket Bonanza 2.0. Hell yeah! AJ, I thought I was going to win that thing after the first day.
Did you really?
I was top 100 or something like that.
Did no one got a perfect bracket again?
Nah, yeah, we offered up a lot of money too.
Yeah. Never will happen.
Maybe be a little bit better at picking next time whenever we offer up like $1 million for a perfect bracket. Yeah,
take it seriously.
Who are you talking to?
Whoever enters next year. Mm-hmm. Bracket Bonanza 3.0.
Is it really Warren Buffett that puts that, $1 billion up?
I believe, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Does he even know what basketball is?
Come on.
AJ.
He's friends with Ndamukong and Sue. He knows athletics.
Yeah, you're right. He was roommates with James Naismith.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Naismith.
Let's talk a little bit about rich people, because maybe Warren Buffett will get involved in the NFL. Maybe Bill Gates will get involved in the NFL.
Ooh,
the NFL only had one owner crack the top 10 richest owners in sports list from Forbes, and that was old Buddy Tepper down in Carolina. He's the only one. Number one was Ballmer over there at the Clippers, second in command at Microsoft. He's worth like $90 billion. David Tepper is the only one who made the list. He has $16.7 billion, and there is so much money out there in the tech world with the NFL teams potentially in question. The Broncos are up for sale. We heard that one day, the little bit of rumblings about the Chargers maybe being up for sale because of a family dispute. We have not heard any follow-up from that. We do not know if that's real or not. That was just one day. There was some court litigation where the sister blamed the brother and sister, whatever. And the Commanders, we assume they are going to be up for sale at some point. We just, with all the things that are happening, there's a lot of money that could get dumped into the NFL, and I think the NFL is pumped about that. How do you think they feel, though, knowing that they are by far the least rich owners in all of professional sports, and they run the best league in all of professional sports? That has to feel pretty good.
It's got to feel great for them, but also, like, these billionaire people, they're highly, highly competitive, I think, too. A lot of them are when it comes to where they rank on these lists of when they rank them in Forbes and all this stuff. I'm sure they have all kind of issues behind the scenes when they see guys they know that all of a sudden jump above them and all that.
Well, I think the good thing about a lot of them is they're all self-made, you know.
Right.
None of them were just handed their money from their family.
How did Tepper make his money?
Philanthropy.
No.
They're all philanthropists, by the way.
Yeah.
They all donate millions and millions.
I know a lot of nonprofits making lots of money.
Whoa.
What are you talking
You know,
about?
like that's an
Hedge
absolute thing. There's plenty of nonprofits that are not doing what they should do and paying huge salaries and flying around private jets and not giving any money to what they say they are.
Whoa.
Okay,
They're
but
giving small amounts.
I think what Connor was, I agree with what you're saying, and that all came exposed like in some
You
magazine.
can check. There's websites. You can check it out, like which ones, how much goes to the charity and all that.
Tepper is a hedge fund manager. So hedge funds are everybody else's money, right? He's just managing it.
Yep.
And then he makes decisions on what companies to invest in. Then I assume he receives some of the kickback from those companies. You know,
Nice.
Weapon.
They make a lot.
Sounds like a good gig to get into.
Yeah.
You're like a consultant with other people's money.
Oh, listen to this though. He used to work for Goldman Sachs, I guess, and was passed over for a promotion. So he bought the guy's house who passed him over for the promotion, demolished it, and built one twice as big on the property.
Legend. Shout to this guy.
Holy shit.
So not only is he a hedge fund manager and a guy that worked at Goldman Sachs, which if you work at Goldman Sachs, you're going to get rich anyways because they have their own money market, allegedly. He's also a spiteful guy.
Yeah.
So that type of recipe is a good one for success to really get to the top of the game. They're all philanthropists, though, because they all donate at some point. And whenever you have billions and billions, you donate $1 million. Oh, this person is a 9-figure philanthropist donor or whatever. It's like, well, they didn't really know that.
Yeah.
They had to.
It's like flipping a penny to a bum.
One of my favorite things that people did whenever I gave all my money away, not all of it, but a lot of money away and gave you guys all raises, people were like, oh, this is for tax benefits or whatever. It was like, actually, we didn't donate to any 501c3s, actually. We just donated. Well, actually, we could have done this in a much smarter fashion if we were looking at it for tax purposes. But I want to let everybody know that there's some people that got these games figured out.
Oh, yeah.
All those people on those lists, by the way, they have figured out the tax loopholes. They have figured out how to save their money, how to make more money, how to use other people's money to make money, and they probably came into a womb that had a lot of money to begin with. And not everybody's exactly thrilled with that, but that is reality, and we just have to address it as such.
Nick just sent in a quote. Tepper was asked about his confidence one time, and he said, I was never afraid to go back to Pittsburgh and work in the steel mills if things didn't work out.
That baby top.
This guy's awesome.
You think this guy takes pride being number one on that list as far as the owners? I'm sure he's very proud of that.
Yeah, he's ready to go. When he walks in that one per club meeting, you shut the fuck up. You got no money. Okay? I'm talking to NBA owners and soccer owners. I don't even know about you guys. Hey, you guys ever hear about that new money market? Of course you didn't, you fucking broke fucks. You guys have no idea. Tepper, imagine Tepper swinging that thing around. We had some news earlier today that Deebo Samuel had stopped following the 49ers on Instagram. And we have to keep our eye to that because he is one of the guys who is on his rookie contract, who is a vital piece of the 49ers' success. The 49ers have had success, and he's seeing other wide receivers get broken off and paid, and he said, hey, why not me? Why not now? So we pointed out, obviously, he still has the 49ers profile photo in there. So although he unfollowed him, maybe it was by accident. Sure. Maybe he had a couple booze. We're not saying he drinks. We don't know. Maybe he accidentally hit that button. Maybe he was on some vitamins. Maybe he accidentally unfollowed. Turns out, since reporting that, he has removed the 49ers as his profile photo. It is now just a black circle there. He still has the 408 on the plane thing, but it appears as if the 19 problems Twitter, and one of them, let's add one, is for the San Francisco 49ers because Deebo has removed all 49ers resemblance from his social media. We've seen this move done in the past. Julio Jones did this with the Atlanta Falcons a couple of different years. It obviously ended the way it ended. Kyler Murray did this with the Arizona Cardinals recently. We've seen it done before. Now it's Deebo. The Niners, who Peter Schrager says, not normally people that are going to pay somebody early. They still have Jimmy G on the salary cap. That's $20-some million. He's supposed to play for another year. Where there is trouble brewing with a man who is very, 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 very good at football in Deebo Samuel. And although it's 2022 and this is a thing, this is a real thing that should be garnered some attention. And we are doing just that, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, as crazy as it is to say, yeah, this is a thing. Like when somebody does this, a lot of times it means something's up. But as far as his contract could they redo him right now? Is he in contract or is he in talks with them?
We have no idea. The only thing we know is he said, I ain't fucking seeing their posts anymore. I'm tired of them talking about everybody else making money but me. That's what he said. I don't want to see them in my algorithm. I don't want to see their fucking, hey, happy beer day post. I don't want to see anything that the 49ers social media team is going to do on when I open this up. I don't want to see nothing from the group that refuses to pay one of their most important players on their entire team, and that would be me. I'm on my rookie contract. You haven't paid me nothing. We got people making $30 million a year playing wide receiver that have less of a role in the offense than I do in this one. Give me my money. I'm unfollowing. That's what Deebo said. And people act as if, these 2022, this modern generation so soft. It's like, well, back in the day, guys would go to newspapers and say they weren't happy. So like now there's just a much easier way to say, hey, I ain't happy with what's going on. Let's start this dialogue. Let's start this conversation. And Debo's doing that right now, and everybody's following along on the IG.
Well, and now too, isn't it much easier though to give these guys massive contracts? Like if the
because everything's fake.
Yeah, and they could just backload it. Like if the Niners really want to, give him a massive extension with the Jimmy G contract, obviously though it's his last year, like they could make it so his second year into the contract extension that he's making, the $30 million that the top guys are, because obviously he deserves it. He does everything for the goddamn team.
He's not happy, dude.
He's too good. I guarantee you, Kyle Shanahan's going up to John Lynch and everybody saying, "I don't care what you have to do. This guy absolutely needs to be here."
Hey, did you see his Instagram? I saw his Instagram. My kids told me about his Instagram. We need to let's get these pictures back on this feed. All right, let's get him back following with the 49ers. Let's get this thing turned around. They got a lot of decisions to make over there in San Francisco, and they are in the NFC West, which is no walk in the park either, but they have a team that could go as well. It's a fascinating team right now in San Fran.
They don't really have a choice, do they? I mean, you mentioned like how important he is to their offense. Like, it's not like they can trade him or anything, and he's so young. Like,
trade him.
I mean, I suppose they could.
Bring him to Indianapolis.
Yeah, Green Bay would love to have him.
No, fuck Green Bay.
Honestly, can't afford him. Great.
No, they can't afford him.
Get him here.
I mean, with Jonathan Taylor, man, they could really utilize those guys together. That'd be scary.
There's a report coming out of Indianapolis from Kevin Bowen. He used to work for the Colts. Now he has the morning show here at 1070 The Fan.
Nice.
He is reporting that some agents he has talked to, some of his sources have told him that the Colts' offers to everybody have been a bit low.
Oh, okay.
Chris Ballard trying to run good business over there. We might have a lot of money, but we're trying to get a lot of guys too. Let's go ahead and why don't you go test the market, see what you think about this. We'll revisit this in a couple of weeks. Or it's, hey, this is what you're worth, and you disrespect the person and they never want to be a member of the Colts. I mean, that could go two different ways. I think.
But with Ballard, like he's so good at drafting, isn't the other side of this that like all these guys who are looking for extensions, there's all second round picks, right? Like there's obviously you trade up and you get the Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, those type of guys, but because they're all so goddamn good, like especially for Ballard, doesn't he think there's probably a chance that he can land someone that will perform?
Ballard is very good at drafting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's unbelievable at drafting.
There are a lot of good second round.
He said though, remember when we talked to him and you were telling him, "Hey, what are you doing? You need to make some moves." He's like, "Can anyone have some patience?" He said, "We can acquire players from now until October, whenever the trade deadline is. Like, there's plenty of time."
It's not easy to be patient. I'm sitting on a microphone every fucking day.
Right. Well, you've been patient.
And I'm seeing people unfollow people on Instagram. It's like, Brandon Bean's probably on the phone right now.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Sink that he unfollowed you. You guys got anything to talk about? Or we got a pretty good social media page. Oh, Tigers painting shots.
Ooh, let's go.
Just put a draw to about 10 feet.
That'll be for Eag.
For Eagle.
Oh, need it
really?
tight.
I think so.
Let's go.
Huge.
I could be wrong, but I think so.
Iron Eagle out there. Is this Guido?
Is this our guy?
No, I don't know.
No,
Have you seen Guido golf yet, AJ?
I don't think so. What's his real name?
Guido.
Guido Migliozzi.
Oh, yeah. So he's your guys' favorite golfer?
Bingo.
Well, Connor's favorite, yeah.
Yeah, Guido Meganucci is absolutely tearing up the course.
What did you ask? What did you ask about Guido? What did you ask earlier?
I was wondering how his day was going yesterday, but I've seen now his day's going just great today.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What?
Well, the other day when he said something incredibly vulgar.
I was just asking Tony how he was. I don't know what you guys.
Was this on the show?
Together.
Yes. Yeah, right into that.
Was I here?
I don't know.
I think it might have been the start of the show.
Yeah.
Your thinker basement was flooded. Are you going to call C&J?
This doesn't apply to them.
C&J basement. Your basement's flooded. Feels like
My basement's not flooded. No, we got a leak in the wall.
Is it because of them?
They didn't do any work here.
They saved us thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I watched that like a week ago.
I just watched it this morning because your shit's flooded or whatever. I'm like, I can't wait to see the next one. AJ's about to have a whole new basement.
Yeah.
He's going to have 2 more social media commercials on that thing. I can't wait to see your acting. You were so good in there.
Oh.
Your wife, unbelievable.
Natural, locked in.
I don't know what the script was and what she delivered on, but that commercial.
No script. We just freeballed it the whole time. But also, someone asked me to do something else for him, and it would have been a pretty good situation, but they wanted like 3 social media posts, and I was like, "Sorry, pal, can't do it."
Sorry, I don't even know how to do
not
that.
like full videos, but like actual. I just couldn't do it.
Is it you holding a Miller Lite can?
Yeah.
You know,
No, I'll do that. They called back. That was a great deal. I'll do that.
They're not calling back.
Hey, Miller Lite just been, hey, Jay, you do that show on the internet? Yeah. Okay, we want one post of you holding Miller Lite can. Just say it's best on your Instagram. Do you know how to post on your Instagram? Of course you do. You have a show on the internet. Yeah, easy. I know. Do you remember we had everybody go like it so that Miller Lite
comment on it?
Yeah,
They're
like and comment on that post. So
that's what I'm saying. They were like unaware of. Do you have any idea the traction this got just because people making fun of it on the show? Like it was a gold mine.
It didn't make me drink any Miller Lite, but it did make me go to your Instagram, which is something that never ever happens.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the Miller Lite not bad, huh?
Oh yeah, I'll drink 50 Miller Lights if given the opportunity.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Steve Weiser myself.
Oh, yeah.
I'll drink Steve Weisers.
I'd love to get my hands on some Steve Weiser.
So what was I drinking the other day? That was the lager?
Yeah, I think so.
Heavy.
We have the IPAs here if you want one.
There it is. IPA.
The lager was delicious.
More of a lager. I mean, Yingling.
I never liked Yingling.
I hate Yingling.
Western Pennsylvania beer was Yingling. I never got into it. Just like Iron City, Western
From
Pennsylvania.
Pottsville, right?
Yes.
My good buddy's dad is from Pottsville. His whole family, they love Yingling.
Mm-hmm.
They did good on the marketing. Like nobody outside Pennsylvania can get it, so people felt like it was like black market. You had to go get it. Now it's wide open. Right?
One of the oldest breweries.
Yeah? Everybody's drinking it now.
It's not in Michigan, I know that. So
Still?
people always want me to bring it up, and I'm like, this beer actually stinks, boys.
Stinks. It does not.
I don't like it.
What kind?
Yingling.
Yingling. Oh, well, I couldn't hear it.
Sounds like a little.
There's another one. Is it Spotted Cow? People always want that from Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's the Wisconsin one.
So they do like the Yingling thing where you
Same
can't
deal.
get it anywhere?
Mhm.
Smart. You like the Yingling, Diggs?
I love it.
Just strictly because it's from Western Pennsylvania?
No, I actually do. Fucking 50-cent Yings and Wings. Can't wait Thursday
get a
nights.
good
Well, if they can with wings, I think about it.
Yings and wings, I think that would taste delicious. I went out for Tim's birthday last night. You know, happy birthday, Tim McAfee. And they went to, my mom picked the place. They're beer snobs. So they drink like the German, the super dark beers.
Yeah.
We had some Dunkel beer last night that came in this, I don't know, like a keg, basically. It was huge. No, it wasn't boot. It was just the biggest glass I've ever seen in my life. I get there, Tim's already down in 2 of them. Let's go beer. I don't like all that. I like the shitty beer. Just give me the cheap,
me too.
light beer.
Yeah. Coors Light.
He likes the IPA stuff.
Yeah, he's like a beer snob. So is Sally. She was testing these beers in these little shot glasses. And
They give him a beer flight.
Yeah, not a whole flight, but it was just like shots at a time. And then they took a jug of like 2 different beers back to the house.
Nice growler.
It was a hell of a growler.
Yep.
Like that guy who drove from Alaska to Argentina.
Rainer
He had a
Zelo.
growler.
Rainer Zelo had a growler.
Zietlow, there it is. Full Mountain Dew. Do you recall?
Rainier Zeitler has gotten so much play.
Yeah.
The Michelin wipers, best decision was not to make the wipers, but to decide Rainier Zeitler needed to be a part of the advertising. That was good marketing. Good marketing. Let's hit some phones here before we wrap up. This has been our worst show.
A couple great guests.
Yeah.
Vraves is awesome. Do you think Vraves right now is saying hated being on the show, liked being on the show?
No, I think he liked being on the show for sure.
All right, let's go to Tanner in Georgia. Tanner, you at the Masters?
Hey, you know, I'm just sitting here getting my pre-work vitamins in. But question for you, first of all, how are the Falcons going to fuck up the draft? Because they can fuck up a 28-3.
Hey.
So,
all right. Hey, the wide receiver, right? That's what you guys need. You guys need a wide out, right?
we need everything. What do you mean?
Yeah, we do.
I guess that is true.
Yeah, quarterback.
No quarterback. They brought Marcus Mariota. They got Marcus Mariota with Artie again. Marcus Mariota might be a guy. They'll probably look into that.
O-line's okay.
The thought of the Falcons at 8, though, they're going to be able to get an offensive lineman if they want it. They're going to be able to get a weapon if they want it at 8. They're going to be able to do whatever they want. I think you should hold off hope that the Falcons won't 28-3 this. Tiger Woods are good putting right now. He's very devastating himself because that was for Eagle. That would have been great, but he's like a foot away. He's locked in. If he can survive.
He'll take a tap in. He'll take tap in birdies any day of the week at the Masters.
Let's see the score pop up. Let's see if I was right or wrong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Go on, Tiger.
He just hit the ball off the club.
Yeah, he's juiced up.
Pumped.
Yeah, eating that.
He's walking good now too on the back nine.
It might be his new walk though, like super stiff back.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, by the way, because he flipped a car 500 days ago.
Yeah.
How much treatment you think he's gonna have to do after the round today?
Doesn't he normally have like a full thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
His normal routine before all this, like he wakes up like 3 a.m., does the sauna, does a workout, hits the range, and then finally he golfs, and then he's off and running. I would assume that is amplified a little bit, or maybe they critiqued or curtailed it a little bit more to his modern. Because Nike's quote to ESPN Caddy was, "We will help with everything that Tiger needs now." So he's probably much different now than he was in the past. So maybe not that different.
Because I know he was a big post-round, go to the range guy and stuff like that too, but I wonder if they want to take as many swings off his body as they can if he actually, if he doesn't shoot 76 today and he's in contention going into the weekend.
Him and DeChambeau had a big hug on the range.
Oh, yeah.
They did.
So
how's DeChambeau doing?
I don't think he's teed off yet.
He's in this? I thought
He's
he
in
was
front
playing.
of Tiger's group, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I thought he was playing in
Saudi.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
I think he is, but I don't know if it starts this year or if he's
controversy
allowed
surrounding that.
If he's allowed to
What's
play.
that?
That whole tournament, I know. I listened to Greg Norman with Stoltze and Nolte actually on the podcast. Greg Norman was talking about it a couple weeks ago.
Stoltze was allowed to talk on a podcast? CBS let him do that?
Yes, their own podcast. They let him speak.
Really?
Wow.
CBS had a gag order on them, I thought.
Bryson's 1 over through 13. He never plays well at a
Is Phil in? Where's Phil at?
No, he's still hiding.
Yeah, Phil is.
So
the
that's
one
what
that-
he wanted to get to.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
you wanted to get to. AJ.
I was curious
Way
if
to
he was
go.
playing. I didn't know.
Hey, AJ.
Yeah,
way to go.
Hats
AJ.
off, buddy.
job.
Nice clap.
Fucking prick.
Connor, what did they call you? I had no idea what their person was talking about.
All right, enough.
I don't.
All right, let's get out of
I know
here.
you guys' inside jokes. Sorry.
It wasn't our inside joke, pal. I actually didn't know what was said, and then I had to move on.
Stop being a
Because I'm
scumbag.
not getting into that. Nobody needs to know what Pat McAfee's thoughts are on swimming championships.
No.
Okay?
Oh, okay. Got it.
Oh, now you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a real
couldn't
shame
figure out
if
why I
your
knew the
fucking
name.
basement looked like a pool because of all this. Okay?
Probably is.
All right?
Good.
All right, this
I was
show's
trying to
ending.
think why I knew that name. Okay. Now I know.
By the way, I did not know what was being referenced. I was very confused, and then Zito came in my ear and was like, I was like, oh, fuck. Got to hang up on this person. Now we got to move on.
Yep.
This show stinks. Tigers teeing off on the 14th, par 4, 440, big dog out. Ball. Oh, no.
Someone's dead.
Let go of the club. Going left, probably a sniper, Rich Yuppie. Chris Mad Dog
Someone
Russo,
kick it.
his show's on after this 6-minute break. It's much better than ours. We'll see you in 21 hours. Bye. Nailed it. AJ, when should I stop doing the cheat meals, you think?
I think you got plenty of time. What is today? Thursday? Go through this weekend.
You think? Just 1 week and then get back into it?
Yeah, and then you'll probably want to go back to eating, like getting on keto, don't you think? After you just slop a bunch of different random food in.
So last night I couldn't eat. Like I was with, yesterday I had P.F. Chang's sushi, French toast, biscuits, and gravy.
What?
I mean, you name it. Like
What'd you get from P.F. Chang's?
Chang spicy chicken, shrimp fried rice.
Gosh, that's so good. I
So
used to get
good.
that in high school all the time.
So it's my go-to. Shrimp fried rice, Chang spicy chicken. Obviously, you put those things together in the little bowl that comes. You shake that thing up, and it is
Unbelievable.
Duh. I missed it for a month. I missed it bad. And then the first time I was going to eat it, they didn't have shrimp. They had a shrimp shortage, and then good to find out that we figured that out.
Supply chain.
Shrimp shortage.
Jordan Spieth walking on. Is he a FanDuel guy? Did we see a FanDuel on him anywhere?
He never had. He's like full go Under Armour, maybe on his hat.
He might have it on his bag.
No, I think I saw his bag. It was like AT&T or something.
Oh yeah,
like
he
that.
is a big AT&T bag guy. You're right.
Why isn't he wearing that hat right there?
That's what I'm saying. Under Armour's got that shitty looking stuff on him all the time.
His logo.
I agree.
What's that?
That's a missed opportunity by Under Armour. They have Spieth. He was rolling, and they like his stuff just doesn't. You don't even know it's his stuff. And it's his own line.
They did the Steph Curry treatment for those
Yeah.
first Nurse Currys.
Sons of
I have
bitches.
nothing but respect for old Phil Plank, okay? Started in his dorm or whatever and done his whole thing, but some of their design, like the rock stuff's nice.
Kevin Plank. Kevin
rock
Plank.
stuff
but
is
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, old Phil Plank. He was
You're
a
thinking
teammate.
Nike, Phil.
No, Phil Plank was a teammate of mine in college. He could drink 60 beers in one morning.
What?
Yeah, Phil Plank. He's a legend from Philadelphia. icon of a man. Concrete Larry, who's also a fullback, I think.
Yeah.
Concrete Larry.
Kevin Plank, though, the guy who started Under Armour. The Rock stuff is sweet.
It is. I see it at Dick's every once in a while when I go.
So
he has
they
a
ha-
whole section just for the Rock.
Oh yeah.
They have the capability to make sweet stuff. They just seem to not.
Yeah.
They just don't.
In the sports world. I met the Jordan folks this weekend at WrestleMania.
Good people.
It'd be nice to get into a relationship with them. I think I'd be one of the only whites that they got, though.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
I think I deserve
It's
it.
hard to
Though.
work with the goat.
You, Denny Hamlin.
Doug Eddard.
Eddards a Jordan guy?
Soon.
He's transferring, right?
Yeah.
He's going to West Virginia. Congrats to Doug.
Yeah, boy, Doug.
Dougie.
Are they all following their coach to Seton Hall?
Potentially.
Probably.
That would make sense.
Hey, let's just run this thing back. I'll get a much higher payday. You guys get a bigger school.
Same state.
Let's just get out of here, dude. He played at Seton Hall, the coach.
Yeah, legend at Seton Hall.
What if some other kid's like, hey, coach, I'm going to follow you too? He's like, nah, you're good. Just
Hey,
stay.
by the way, we don't have enough scholarships. So sorry about it. Maybe make your fucking free throws. Tony Finau. He was supposed to be a guy there for a bit, right?
Oh, yeah.
He had good swag. He has good swag.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
If you remember a few years ago, he snapped his ankle in half at the par 3 contest.
What?
And he came out and he played very well, and he was in like the top 5 of the first like 3 rounds.
Yeah.
That's because he was so embarrassed by the ankle break that it made him lock in even more. That happens. That
You know,
was-
if you're hurt,
Yeah.
if you're hurt or something, and all you're worried about is how in the hell am I going to play this game, or how am I going to do this? This hurts so bad, and you're worried about that the whole time. You end up playing great.
Yeah, it's like the hungover game that Jordan had. Because if you play bad, everybody's going to mock whatever you did wrong even harder. So it's like, all right, I got to lock in here, got to play better, because if not, it's going to get real loud. I
When you
learned
say
that.
hungover game, do you mean the flu game?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, flu game.
Thank you.
Wasn't that didn't they claim the pizza he had like 2 in the morning?
Pizza Hut.
It was sabotage.
Well, if he's eating pizza 2 in the morning, there's probably something else with that,
Yeah,
right?
incredibly
No,
boozed
he was
up.
training
Oh, yeah, of course. Putting shots up in Utah.
just in case.
They came out and said that is not true. We did not piss on his pizza.
We
I mean,
have
that wouldn't have
good
gotten him
pizza
sick
here.
either.
What, pissing?
If someone pissed on your pizza and you ate it, or you think you're going to get sick 8 hours later like that?
Oh yeah.
That's
I don't know,
piss-
dude.
That's how
Patches
piss,
of
Does
Boy.
pee make you sick?
piss
I don't
poisoning.
know. You
does.
tell us, dude. You probably drink it every fucking
Never
night.
done it. Never drank it. No, there's definitely people that have. I have not. I have no desire.
You do know people that have that in there, like, hey, let's make my body as best as it can be. I'm going to drink
Yeah,
my
there's
piss.
like random. I don't know them personally. There's random fighters like in MMA that I've heard talk about it.
Why does General Bob do that? I thought he
Bob
just
Carpenter
works
drinks
out.
his piss?
Oh boy, I need to ask Bobby that. I'm going. I
text him,
call
we
in
get
every
to
Friday to his
text
show.
him.
I'll ask him tomorrow.
All right. So, Feel Good Friday, we will learn tomorrow whether.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I love that Bob Carpenter got thrown under the bus while we were talking to Vrabes, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was Bob that told me.
probably.
Safe to
I
say.
honestly
safe
don't.
assumption.
I honestly don't know who told me, but
I think Bob's said that when he's come on the show before. He's talked about Vrabes.
We definitely talked about MCDC that one time.
Yeah.
oh, you're going to a concert?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying it was a band.
He does love the pillow talk, doesn't
I love that. I love that. Vrabes wouldn't open up about that, man. I think it's more impressive, a little bit more old school, build the resume. But now he's a coach. We get it. He's got kids. Okay. All right.
Well, his kids are old. He doesn't care about that.
They also put on a show at the draft.
His son's a stud at Boston College. Big old tackle.
Wearing that onesie, right?
Yeah. They don't have a Vrabel jersey on, I think.
Tiger Woods, 190 yards out on a par 4 14th.
I caught up with you guys. I don't think I'm delayed anymore.
Oh, is that right, Toast?
He's looking at his ball.
Yeah. Now they're zooming out?
Yes. You caught up?
Okay, good.
Okay.
Congrats.
Grass looks pretty nice.
Hey, maybe your basement isn't flooded anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure that wall is.
Hey, you're going to get black mold. You got to fix that. I think that's what happened in my last house.
Oh, believe me, I know. Hey, that's why I had to sprint down there and I had to frantically make some phone calls to try to see if I can get someone over here.
I wonder how long we were living with that black mold in that last house.
Long time.
Probably, yeah.
If you had raccoons living in the walls for months,
Whoa.
you told me that. You told me that. What do you mean?
Well, they would sneak in there and get a little nap every once in a while.
Give us food.
The old insulation back there makes them feel comfortable.
He kind of went after that one.
Tiger liked it.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
Oh, windy as fuck, too. He's all the way.
Jeez.
He's going to put that in.
Get off the course, so everyone's going to shoot 10 over here this afternoon with that wind.
Let's go.
Good for us.
Saw a couple yups in the back hug each other because they were around Tiger when he made this shot.
Are you serious?
I love that. Yeah. The people were very excited to be there.
Wait, they hugged? They didn't like.
Yeah, a couple yups hugged back here.
Hey, look how many golf shoes you see in the crowd. That's what you know. You're super cool if you wear awesome golf shoes to go watch golf.
Hey, that's like football coaches that wear cleats. I love that.
Well, they're running routes, so.
Do you like Tiger's outfit today?
What? Why did he change his shoes? He looks like he's wearing some old school foot-joy orthotics.
He is.
It's because he has to, I think, because of the whole.
For his leg.
I would assume that's why.
Oh, look at this shot right here.
Oh, my God.
Gorgeous.
Oh, wow.
That's Augusta, baby.
Those are the azaleas.
Is that portrait mode they do on an iPhone, Fox?
They might
Is this
be.
camera on a track?
On a dolly track.
Fox got laughed out of a conversation because he was shooting with an iPhone there.
Oh, no.
Yep.
It was great. Yeah, some content company.
They do movies on iPhones.
That's what we're saying, yeah. These people.
And I feel terrible for the camera guys that have the big rigs all day long.
The
big reds.
And Foxy's just holding his. Foxy's right next to him, just holding the phone like this.
Yeah.
He's like, all right. This guy fucking, all right, we gotta redo this, plug this thing in.
Yeah.
Fucking dripping in sweat. And Foxy's just like, yep, all right, here we go. Sounds good. Yeah, we're getting sound good. Yeah. Hey, let me tap here. Yeah, all right, now we're in cinematic mode. Do you guys have portrait mode on that? Yeah, okay. You got AK? We do too. I think a little heavy. Yeah, you need a water. Here, actually, Foxy's getting him water. So here you go.
Yeah.
I'll say I won't miss it. Yeah, here we go. And Foxy's getting laughed out of there. It's like, who's the idiot though?
Right.
You tell me who's the idiot.
What are the cameras that they use for WrestleMania? It looked different than any other camera. Like it just looked super crisp, super clean.
So those cameras, we're not talking about those cameras, by the way. Those cameras are massive, huge. We're talking about the behind-the-scenes cameras that everybody runs with and shoots at the WWE. Everybody has some behind-the-scenes stuff going on. Those cameers are so big.
Yeah. The Chargers people. Didn't they bring
So,
two
yeah.
of them in?
One, the Chargers ones I don't really understand, but hey, what do I know? But the ones at WWE, those are like documentary, super.
Very nice cameras. Very, very nice cameras. The audio, too, is very good and super high production. But also, like, this iPhone ain't worth a fuck.
Right.
True.
Other than the camera.
Right.
The camera is really the only thing.
It's so reliable, too. Like, every time I record, I never lose it. It always works. It's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, but the phone itself stinks.
Apple's entire commercial push for the phone was them making movies on it.
And it feels like they completely forgot that it has to be utilized in other fashions other than just photos and
Bingo.
videos.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
But Tim Cook will figure it out.
I think there is a new update available either last night or tonight, so we'll
Don't-
see. I'm
don't
sure
do it.
several
I did.
more bugs.
No.
Well, it doesn't
You
matter.
have to.
Yeah.
At this point, you have to.
As long as I can
I'm
still
not
play Grand Slam champion, I really don't give a rat's ass.
Bingo.
I just want my FaceTime to work like it worked before. Like FaceTime quality has dropped off so hard. I get that triangle with the exclamation point in it basically every single time I FaceTime. It's like, it was never like this. What the fuck? Oh, because we got AK cameras now. I can't talk on a phone. This is literally it's a phone. It's a phone, Tim.
It's bullshit.
Let's not lose our roots.
The wind's howling, huh?
It is. He's got a wedge out too. A little bump and run here, trying to run this thing north to south. Oh no, it started too low. Tone made a sound again.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Tone's ahead of
That
all
thing.
of it.
Look how far past that rolled.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. It's glass down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Do
why-
that?
that's
Fast
why-
track.
That's why you can't have a phone. Because the reflection of all the photos was like glass. All right, let's get out of here, dude. This show is terrible. We
What's
appreciate
that little thing on his wrist? Is that the old school, the religious thing?
Kabbalah? No, those
Yeah.
are red.
He started wearing one of those when he had his press conference after one of his situations back in the day.
Yeah, but he was a Buddhist, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Kabbalah is Jewish, I think.
I'm not sure.
I know Madonna was doing it.
Yeah, so allegedly, it's the Orthodox Jewish community. Kabbalah means you understand the word of the God so much you're almost like a right hand of the God, I think. So whenever the celebrities started doing it, I think it was a little bit of a, hey, that's not Kabbalah there.
Yeah.
Right? Am I
Poser.
right in saying this?
Yes.
I was very high talking to a Hasidic
Hasidic,
Jew, yeah. And I was
Really? So if you wear one, you're saying like I am basically God's assistant?
Yeah, like you can talk to God almost. So I think that is why whenever all the celebrities started doing it, they're like, you are not, take that off. I think. I'm not 100%. I was literally sitting in a diner next to a Hasidic Jew for 45 minutes. He did not want to talk to me. He did not. But I forget where I was, how I was, why I was. But he talked to me about reincarnation and like their beliefs and everything. It was a really good conversation. So whenever people hear me start talking about religion, it is strictly because I have uncomfortably sat people down and forced them into talking to me about what their beliefs are. So I feel like I have a pretty good range of what everybody believes in. And I just hope, on my deathbed, I get it right and I end up in the right spot.
That's the best way to learn.
Yeah.
By far.
Right. Hey, riddle me this. What happens when you die?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good way to, that's after you kind of break in. Hey, what's going on with the
girls? The thing.
And then, go into a fool. I'm like, what happens when you die then? Well, it depends. How's your soul? Where's your spirit? Are you on your first life? Has your soul or spirit accomplished enough to go to heaven, or is it going to have to go reincarnation into another thing and knock some more things off the list? I'm like, I actually kind of like that idea. It seems to make a lot of sense.
Ask him. I would instantly ask him. Okay, you're saying that about me. What about you? Where are you gonna? What happens to you when you die? I would assume that person's pretty confident.
Me?
No, you should ask that person. All right, well, yeah, we don't know about my soul, but what about you?
No,
how are you aligned?
Well, he told me he was trying to do everything for his soul to get okayed to go into heaven, I think.
But he's saying he's not there yet. He's a work in progress.
That's why he's still there. Yeah.
So once he completes his mission, then he can die.
Yes, his soul. Yeah, his soul.
Hopefully, it's not killing yourself and covering yourself up with a blanket so you can catch a UFO. Like those old people. Those people out in California, like 30 of them.
Hopefully not.
Remember that? The Nikes, they wore little Nikes and covered themselves with blankets, and they all killed themselves. Terrible.
I don't know what you're talking about. I do not know what you're talking about.
Dahn party?
All right, they're not Kabbalah, though. I know.
No.
I know what you're talking about. If they're wearing Nikes, I don't think they're Kabbalah.
Oh, they're showing Tiger's shoes right there. Are those even Nike?
Foot
Nike.
They're another foot
Those look like FootJoys.
They are.
How can he wear? I mean, okay.
Bro, the guy.
Nike's got to be pissed.
Sure.
They better start making some FootJoys.
He's got it on his hat and on his chest.
Hey, make the putt.
Here we go, Tiger. Come on, Tiger. Here we go, Tiger.
Make the putt.
Tony, please.
Oh.
Yanked it.
All right.
Tony.
I can't watch it like this anymore.
Yeah.
All right, we will see everybody tomorrow. Tiger will be in the lead by then. Mm-hmm. It'll be a glorious day on a Feel Good Friday. Then I fly off to Milwaukee for Friday night Smackdown. That should be fun.
Is Ezekiel going to be there?
Zeke is on Raw, I think.
But you never know where he's going to pop up.
His brother could come back to SmackDown then, right?
We don't know where he's at.
Maybe did.
Looking for him.
What if his brother was?
You say he's dead?
Maybe.
You would know. You hung out with Elias the most.
He drifted away.
He is a
Lost touch.
They're not twins?
There's a piece left.
No, little brother. Zeke's little brother.
Brothers look like twins sometimes.
Nobody has told us what class he was at Plum High School, though, so we think he went to an academy.
Mm-hmm.
Makes
Homeschool,
sense.
maybe?
Yeah, maybe homeschooled at
Got
the
a much better tan than
At the
Samsoni.
Sangucci house, yeah.
Must have been hanging out in the South.
the Samsoni.
Samsoni, excuse me.
How's the family? Zeke said, well, Elias might be gone, so family's not that
Yeah, not great right now.
We'll figure it out. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye. Thank you all so much. Let's go fucking Tiger.
Come on, Tiger.
Hammer Down's at 15 minutes, 3:30 at youtube.com/Hammer Down. We're out of here. Bye, AJ. Good luck with the black mold. You're the best. See ya.